on this morning. I do. Mm-hmm.
Good morning to our PC community. We got some in-season NBA Cup hoops to talk about. The Oklahoma City Thunder just refuse to lose. 16-game winning streak. They are 24-1 on the season. That's tied for the best start ever. They were the number 1 seed in the in-season tournament, playing against the number 4 Suns, and they did what we thought they would do to them. 138-89. We are going to talk about this game and what it looked like and just how incredible the Thunder are. And then there was another team by the name of the Los Angeles Lakers that played another team by the name of the San Antonio Spurs. And this was a good game, but it ended up being a blowout, if you will. The Spurs took down the Lakers, so we're going to talk about that as well. And we're just going to talk about what the NBA quarterfinals is going to look like, or the semifinals of the NBA Cup. Fellas, how are you feeling today? How are we feeling about the NBA Cup? How are we feeling about these 4 teams that played last night?
Feeling good, Ron. Feeling good. Swiper?
Snooze fest, but great great second game. Great second game. My Spurs with Devin Vassell, who I like that squad, like that team. They look good.
Wait a minute, Swiper. Rewind. At what point during the Oklahoma City game? Because you came in as an optimist. You came in with an objective mind, because I'm sure you had seen them a couple of weeks before and they were in a dogfight with them. Okay, no Devin Booker. All right, I get that part. At what point during that game where you were like, I'm out?
The minute they said SGA was coming back to the lineup, and the Suns were not going to have their full cast available to them, it was going to be a long.
Did you know it was just they were just going to stomp them like this, Swiper?
They just aren't that kind of. They just the OKC is just. I think, before we get to SGA,
sure,
we saw what they did to the Utah Jazz the other day. They were 40. Like, they're just not a. They're a, Rob Perez. He's a Knicks fan making content for years, especially on Twitter. He put out a little like meme, and it was like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Layla, and then C-3PO or R2D2, and it's like, Layla is Adam Silver, and then Obi-Wan is the Nuggets, and basically like the only thing saving the NBA from like what's about to happen this year is going to be Denver, and I'm just kind of like, that's just where we are at this point. They're so unbelievably loaded. They're so unbelievably loaded.
Chill.
Right now.
How? I'm glad you asked me this question early. Chill. How can anybody deny this anymore?
Yeah.
Hey, to everybody in the chat, if I've been indifferent about the Thunder, if I've seemed lackadaisical about the Thunder, if I seem like I've been downplaying this team, well, I'm gonna just put this out here early. Pin 2026 NBA champions. It's nothing more than until they prove me wrong. Look, you won the championship last year. You guys were incredible all season, the number 1 seed. You even were the number 1 seed the year before. You convinced us then, but it just took us a little time to believe.
All right, first of all,
you have a right quick, Pin. I just want to you got a player that's playing at Jordan level. You still got a historic defense for the 3rd straight season. Chill, they have shown us night after night after night that they are who they say that they are. I believe you now. Hey, chill, you done knocked out enough people on the block. I got you, big dog. I'm gonna leave you alone. I don't want no problems.
They're currently at a I can't remember what the record is for just total like net rating difference over the course of a season. They're currently at a plus 17.2, and they're 24-1. Now they're not going to stay that way. Like, that's just that would be like 4.5 points.
Why not, Swiper?
Well, because now this is where the other end of this. So they're better than everybody in the league, but their schedule's also been one of the easiest we've seen leading up to this point from any team. So it's historically great, and the schedule is historically easy. The problem is, I don't know how much it's going to change when they start playing versus these really good teams, when they're healthy. Because, Ron, now the question is, how many teams are actually really good in the league? Like I'm talking about, like,
there's
really
a bunch.
Good.
See,
but pushing OKC regular season good.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, there's a bunch of different teams in the league that are really good teams. Only except they're not that good. I think that what Oklahoma City has done is Oklahoma City has made it look like the rest of the league is whack. No, We got some damn good teams in the league. The problem is Oklahoma City is so damn good that they make these other teams look less than.
Yeah.
Like the Lakers got a good team. San Antonio got a damn good team. I didn't think Phoenix would be this good, but I think Oklahoma City is just so much better than everybody else right now. I mean, they're not better than everybody else. They're miles away from everybody else. Now, don't get me wrong, Ron. I have seen this movie before. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know this sounds ridiculous, but I have seen this movie before. We've seen this movie in 2016 when the Warriors. Yep, we've seen this movie in 2013 when the Heat ran off 27 straight games. We've seen this movie in 1996 when the Bulls won 5 games, they lose. They win 6 games, they lose. They win 12 straight, they lose. They win 18 straight, they lose. But so we've seen this movie before, right? So with that also being said, I don't want to scoff at what the Oklahoma City Thunder are doing neither.
Chill. There are multiple teams in the Western Conference, just for people to understand, that are on pace for 58 wins plus this year.
See what I'm talking
and
about?
it doesn't matter. But that's what I'm saying. Like, they're OKC so far ahead of the field, they're going to push 75 wins this year if they stay healthy, which means, like, as we've seen, when they lose SGA, they can win by 30. When they lose Chet, they can win by 30. When they lose J-Dub, they can win by 30. When they lose Caruso and Hart, they can still win by 30. So, like, it's going to take a host of things to bring them down, Damian.
Yeah, because yesterday the game was over at halftime, and J-Dub to hit the 3 to go into the break. I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, we all remember the Warriors start, right? And this is the equal best start to the season. But with the Warriors, it was when will the winning streak end? Who's going to end this winning streak? But with the Thunder, it feels like, will this ever end? Like, yeah, I think that it feels a little bit different. And when I look at it, and I was thinking, and I was sitting back and thinking, am I watching perfect basketball? Because I think the Warriors and Cavs was the highest level of competition in 2016. But in the modern era, when I'm watching the games and I'm thinking, is this perfect basketball? Probably only the 24 Spurs at their peak. Probably only games 1 and 2 in the Nets-Bucks series when they had KD, Kyrie, and James Harden going crazy. I was like, wow, this could be the best that it did. But for the Thunder, man, this could honestly be, like, is this the best basketball that's ever been played, especially in the regular season? I think they definitely have a legitimate argument for it.
And it's a combination experience of the because they have, and this is where I remember I brought up the NBA bet stuff from my dude Matt Moore. They have a collection of all NBA talent, all on rookie deals outside of SGA. That's elite young players that they got through the draft. Market for cheap. So when they got Alex Caruso, they only have to get a run rotation player. But they got Isaiah Hartenstein. They didn't have to give up anybody for Isaiah Hartenstein. So then on top of that, then you add in a 3-year, $9 million deal for Wiggins. You add in the fact that they got AJ Mitchell for nothing. You add in the fact that they got players coming back from the draft that aren't even playing currently right now. I don't know the last time could really chill when we used to go to the Lakers. They used to get all these crazy draft picks. They added James Worthy to the roster that they had because of a draft pick. Sure. Like, I think the thing that's the Thunders makes them so unique is they're so good up top. They're still so cheap relative to their talent level. And they're so deep because of how good Sam Presti has been. And then on top of that, I legit think this team, they could win. If SGA wasn't here, they could win 52, 53, 54, 55 games.
That's a 55 win. That's a 55 win team.
But you throw in SGA playing at this level, they're basically like on pace to win 75 games because his improvement has taken them to another level, like 2 separate more levels as a basketball team. So I think some of this is just like Penn. They're just So
they're the 96 Bulls.
Yeah, I mean they're
the 96 Bulls. They're the 93 Bulls. That's basically what we're watching right now. And Ron, if it seemed like you were downplaying this team all year, it didn't seem that way. You were downplaying this team. So just come up here and be like, my bad. Don't be all like, yo, I'm predicting shit. It's obvious.
I think 55 without SGA.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes,
I think so.
Get the hell out of here.
They beat the Jazz by 30. Without him, and first
without
of all,
Lowry Mark.
Lloyd Markin didn't play either. Why won't y'all ever bring that up?
Okay, so your
best player without their best player or what?
Okay, play for OKC,
right? Like
play for OKC.
Lauri Markkinen wasn't there.
So I think.
Please, please.
Okay,
Yeah.
Lauri Markkinen wasn't there.
Oh,
And then iHeart and Caruso and them weren't there at the same time.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Those things aren't equal. Those things are not equal.
They are for the way that
the Jazz are already a terrible team. Now you take Lauri Markkinen off, and then you want to talk about they beat them without Lauri Markkinen. So they beat a JV, but they beat a JV high school basketball team.
They bloodied them. It's not beat.
Okay, so they bloodied a JV basketball team.
I mean, can
last night doesn't count. Last night doesn't count.
It's not about not counting, but using that game as evidence, they'd win 55 without Shea.
That's ridiculous. Thank you, Mars. Thank you, Mars, for being logical.
No one's saying the game doesn't mean anything, but what we're saying is, if your evidence is, they'll win 55 without Shea, because look what they did to a bad team.
Who said that? Who said that's the only evidence? Not you.
Well, that's what y'all brought up after I said that. Well, that's what y'all brought up.
That was the example.
That was your rebuttal.
They are 16 points per 100 possessions better with Shea on the bench. Not better, sorry. They are plus 16.
How come all seasons matter? How come all season strength of schedules matter to y'all, but now all of a sudden it doesn't matter?
It does. We brought it up. We were before you, but when you weren't here on the show.
No, I heard you. I heard you. No, I wasn't eating breakfast. Thank you, Swiper. But anyways, don't worry about what I was doing. Handling business. But anyways, Swipe. I heard that you brought it up, because even when I'm on my way, I'm still listening, because that's what I do. But I heard you bring it up and just kind of walk past it. But strength of schedule matters all season until we talk about this one.
Well, no, I mean, I brought it up because it's important, but chill. They're also just better than everybody. So, like, I mean, it's both. Strength of schedule sucks, but they're also much better than everybody. So, like, I mean,
well, if strength of schedule sucks, how do we know how much better they are than everybody?
Schedule matters that much.
Just so you guys know, the Jazz are half game out the playing spot. They're half game. That's it.
Yeah, they about to catch you guys as Portland Trail Blazers.
That's a nice way to make it seem like
mean,
the team that's 8-15 is good.
Yeah, they are 7 games under 500, but they still a half game out the playing team. They're
also one of the worst defenses we've ever seen. So I mean,
yep, and they're also with them being one of the worst defenses in the league, Moss. They're going up against a team who won the NBA championship without their best player, without their best perimeter defender, arguably, and without their best rebounder. That's who they went up against. And they got blown out by 30. Without those 3 guys in line.
OKC shot 65% from 3 in the first quarter.
They've been cooking. Well, to be fair,
against a good team, it's just going to be 15.
Like we just don't know how it happened. Like I think a lot of us watched that first quarter. OKC couldn't miss. That's not indicative of, oh, look, that's what they're going to do without Shea. Oh, look, 55.
No, who said that, though, Mars?
Wait, chill. So you're saying that they're the 11 seed?
You're strawmanning it. Who said their shooting is going to be 55% from 3? That's how they're going to win all these games.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, once again, the Jazz game being used as the example of proof or as evidence, I think
it's one of the examples.
I don't think it should be one of the examples.
That's you don't think it should be, but it's obviously like they
that's the point of our conversation.
Right, but I'm saying, but then you can also look at the other stuff that they're doing. Like I think
Swiper, we don't got to care about what you care about, bro.
No, that's cool. But I brought it up, and then it's become whatever. I'm saying in this instance, I said 52, 53, 54, 55. You chose to take the high mark, so take 50. Just drop it to 50, whatever it is. I do think in this NBA, given where their defense is without SGA and how they play with absolute world, they win 50 games without him. But what I did
who
say,
all believes that?
Why,
no,
Shea doesn't play all season.
Him believes it.
So
I believe it.
Ron, let me ask you a question, Ron. Since you asked the question, let me ask you a question too. So when they have games that I've seen already, right? When they have games and they're down 7 or they're close games, and then they just give SGA the ball and get out the way, and he carries them back on the scoring. How are they going to do that without him?
They lose. Agree. That's why you don't win.
But how many fourth quarters has he sat? Those games they're
better without SGA.
But Damien, we can't do that because then they're going to try to say, "Oh well, the other team's playing their garbage players too." So it's like
instead of losing by 30, they're probably just losing by 15.
Who's gonna score the basketball?
The Celtics 8-0 without Tatum in 2 years ago when
yes, and you brought that up every single day.
But they were really good without Tatum though. Like they were, actually were. No, I think what y'all are kind of lost on here is that if you're playing versus lesser teams, which throughout the year, so let's say they're playing 66% of their games, Mars, so 67% to round up, versus teams that are let's say, not the top end talent in the NBA. So you got a third of your game versus the Spurs, fully healthy, Nuggets, Rockets, Knicks, maybe the Celtics team if you want to put them in there, Detroit. Take everyone else at the bottom. That team, I'm saying OKC is on par with the Magic, fully healthy. They're on par with the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're better than Cleveland right now, respectfully. The Cleveland's just not good. They're better than the Bulls. They're better than the Wizards. They're better than Portland. They're better than Sacramento. They're better than the Pelicans. What I'm saying is all of this stuff, like if you say without SGA, they still have more talent or better coach with an all-time great defense. I think that matters. What I'm saying is SGA, and I think Thunder fans can agree with this, he's the ceiling raider for this team because he's such a good offensive player. He puts them at a different stratosphere as a unit. They don't have that same kind of offensive structure without him. But defensively, and they still have a potent offense, defensively, they have so many solves that it becomes damn near impossible to deal with them on a fourth quarter, like quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four with adjustments. That's my whole argument here. Is that I think they are good enough, but it's their defense that carries them. Go ahead.
That just falls smooth off a cliff. You take SJ off that team. Respect other guys. There's nothing to look up, Swiper. You can't look that up. You can't possibly look it up. No, I'm talking. You can look up some per possession thing with the game, but I'm talking about an actual season without SGA. You know that those charts don't match you playing an actual season without your best scorer. That's just not how that works.
How many teams are beating them? That's what I asked you.
Swiper,
I gave you the examples.
I'll tell you in a second. But what I'm trying to say is you can't look at charts and say. And you can't base it off him not playing against the Jazz, and then say, well, this is how they play when he plays 3 quarters. Now look how good they are in the fourth quarter. That's how they will be without him during the season. That's just not how. That's not how any sport works.
I did.
That's not.
They're a plus.
That's not. No. That's not how any sport works. You can't.
No, it doesn't. That's fair.
No, chill. You can't go. Wait. Hold on, Morris. You can't go. You can't go throughout a basketball game and talk about how they're playing in these 3 minutes when he's on the bench, these 3 minutes when he's on the bench, and then the fourth quarter when he doesn't play, and then say that's how it would look throughout the season. You know better than that, Swipe. But that's ridiculous.
That wasn't even my point that I made, brother.
No. What I'm trying to explain to you, Swipe, is that you can't look at any part of a basketball game when he's not on the floor and say that's how they would play throughout the season, because that's just not how basketball works. You can't have the impact of a player
all the time with players all the time.
And it's wrong when you look at these charts and try to do this. You can't wait. I want you to understand, Swabby, that you can't.
Nobody said they're winning a championship without him. I think
I didn't say that. I didn't say that you said that either.
Man, this conversation is irritating as hell.
And you will be irritated. We'll be irritated because you got to understand that you can't have the impact of a player on the floor.
Missed their second best player almost all season. Last year,
they were missing Chet for most of the season. They've been amazing. I saw that. That's Chet. I understand that. I'm talking about
Chet is really good.
I didn't say he wasn't good. I'm talking about SGA. I'm talking about SGA.
What does that have to do with
SGA? I don't have to scream. I can whisper it, and I'm still right.
SGA.
What does that mean? What does that mean, Ox? What point are you making?
It means you can't take SGA off. You can't SGA.
What does that mean, Ox?
Don't downplay what I'm saying, because you can't understand basketball. I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you. You can't talk about not playing with Chet. You are a clown. You can't take SGA off a team or take and play. Wait, hold on, chill, because he wants to say, well, Chet. It's a difference between Chet not playing and SGA not playing. They're nowhere near the same thing. Penn said that, Swiper. Are you not listening?
Okay, so
you can't. It's not the same thing, bro.
Ron, you're kind of talking
the same thing at all.
However,
Swiper, because you want to know, Swiper. We know what you're doing. This is the same thing you tried. This is the same thing you tried to do with Jason Tatum last year.
There is no
SGA is this important. SGA is this important. I was listening the whole time, Swiper. I was listening, and we're having a legitimate conversation right now. No. It's only illegitimate when you can't get your bullshit off. When somebody call you, I would be done. I would be done if you would zip your. No, you're not the host. You're not the host. You're not the host. You're not the host. It's only Yap when somebody calls Swipe out on his bullshit.
I didn't even do anything.
That's the only time. That's the only time. I would be done if Swipe would stop interrupting every time.
You're not making any solidified points. You're just talking.
You're not understanding. No, hold on. He always do this shit every time he knows he's wrong.
He's not the host. You just said he's not the host, so let me host.
No, it's only just talk when Swipe.
Swiper and Ox, just relax right quick. I'm gonna give y'all the
relax because he always do that weird shit.
There ain't nothing. I'm not even doing nothing.
Right quick.
I'm not doing nothing. You should have shut your damn mouth. You should have shut your damn mouth.
You lowered the value of the conversation as soon as you got up here.
Chill. What's up? What do you want to ask these two?
So Mars, you said that for me, because I'm the one who brought up the barometer of the Utah Jazz, right? I was the one who brought the bar up.
Exactly.
I was the one who brought.
I said he did that.
No, this dude right here.
I didn't say that you said it either, Swipe.
Go ahead, chill.
So Mars, I was the one who brought. I was the one who brought the bar up of the Utah Jazz. So I'm thinking what I'm thinking is if SGA isn't on that crew, since this is where the conversation has moved, obviously, without your best bucket getter and your best offensive player off the floor, we're going to have to change the way that we play. And the Oklahoma City Thunder, with the personnel that they have, are good enough, very much like what happened in 1994 when Michael Jordan left the lineup. That personnel was good enough to change how we played because the system worked. With this unit right here, we're good enough that we have the personnel to change the way that we play. SGA adds something that other teams, with the exception of maybe Joker, SGA adds something that these other teams don't have, where he can increase what we already have. As good as we are, he makes us even better, right? I brought up the Utah Jazz because the Jazz are a lot better than what I thought that they were going to be this season. Sure, Mars, I think they're 7 games under 500, but I thought that they were going to be New Orleans bad this year. I thought that they were going to be Washington bad. Except they've been a lot more competitive. And with them being more competitive, for the Oklahoma City Thunder to go in there without their best player, I don't care who it is, but without your best player, without your best defender, and without your best rebounder, and completely bludgeon them. I mean, I think that says a lot about one.
So did you think that the Celtics were going to win 47 plus games this year without Tatum?
I did not think that. No,
but they have a 147 games.
Sure, you're right. They have figured out a way though to be 15-9 now, Joe? Or did 15-9?
Yes, sir.
They have rebuilt the way their offense is structured to a degree. They're maintaining the same bones, obviously.
Wait a second.
But,
they didn't just lose Tatum.
Drew Holiday and Kristaps.
They lost Drew Holiday.
Yep.
They lost
and Al
Horford and Al Horford.
But they
added a very negative defender, in my opinion, in Anthony Simons, and then they replaced everything else with like role players. They got elevations from Josh Minot. They get an elevations from.
And they're on pace to win 51 games this year.
Look, man, I just want to say this: like, I don't think this Thunder lineup hasn't played a single minute yet. Not 1 minute together yet. That projected starting lineup has not played a single minute. I believe J-Dub is good enough, and I believe this defense is good enough to have a 55 to 60 win team. I'm not kidding. 60
This is without SGA.
That doesn't mean they'd win at all, by the way.
And when with SGA, it really elevates to 75. What you're saying, I don't know if that's what you're saying, Ox, because I want to understand this. If they fall to like 50 games or below without SGA, and they're on pace for 75, if they actually do win 75, if they win 72, what are we saying here? That SGA is accounting for 23, 24 wins? That would be one of the greatest individual historic contributions to winning in NBA history. That's just not how teams work. I will say this. Their defense is better with SGA on the bench. It has been all year, and I think this is a trend that can probably go back to last year. Cason Wallace is that dude. Cason Wallace is like, honestly, one of the top 5, 6, 7 defenders in the NBA. When I watch this guy play, to borrow a term from Damian, this shit is a spiritual experience, okay? It is perfect defense. OKC may not play perfect basketball. Cason Wallace is a borderline perfect guard defender. This dude does not make mistakes. He digs into the basketball. He makes you really uncomfortable. He forces insane number of turnovers. The shots that you think are open just aren't open with this guy. J-Dub is amazing. Chet is really good. Isaiah Hartenstein is a legit top 10 starting center. Chet is a legit top 5 starting power forward in the NBA. I think AJ Mitchell's ascension right now is really impressive, and they've got dudes on the deep rotation like Ousmane Dieng and Brandon Carlson that don't play a single minute, but Lord help you, they get into the game in the first quarter. Jay Will, Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, dude. I was looking at this roster from 1 to 17.
13, 14, 15 dude, man in there. Blitz in the Suns.
They would start. There are teams that are starting players that are worse than these dudes.
Pin, how do you quantify how much a certain player adds to their like winning? How do you when you look at a team? I'm a nerd, even if you just okay, so that's how you quantify how many wins a guy's responsible for. Like let's say if a team wins 56 games, how do you go about quantifying how many games Jokic is responsible for? How many games James Harden's responsible for? How do you go about quantifying that? Just want to learn something today.
Well, I mean, look, I would personally look at this team in the minutes that team plays, and then I would see when they don't play, and I would filter out garbage time. I would look at the numbers. I would trust my eye test. I would see if there's something materially different about how they play, who they play through when that player isn't on the court. I would look for replaceable skills. I would look for players on the bench. So say, for instance, Foxy misses a game for the Sacramento Kings, but y'all got Malik Monk, and he can do a little bit of a De'Aaron Fox impression in a pinch offensively, a little bit of one. He's a good half-court creator. He gets downhill. He has some good pull-up shooting. So he can do a little bit of that stuff, right? So can we aggregate it a little bit? Now, I think the thing is that when you have a dog like SGA, that feeds a lot of confidence into your play style too. So I do understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying, that when our big dog is there, we puff up our chest a little bit more and we feel like we're playing for something bigger, right? I get that. Right.
That's what I was trying to say when Swipe wouldn't let me talk.
Yeah.
That's all I was trying to say.
You were just capping.
But we're not.
No, you just don't understand nothing. You don't understand nothing but charts. There's a difference.
The Celtics are on pace to win 51 games. You did not.
Right, and you see the difference, Swiper. And they haven't won 51 games. But look, let me tell you the difference.
That's what the point is.
Okay, so the difference is when Jason Tatum was there averaging 20 something. Jaylen Brown was there averaging 20-something. Now SGA is averaging 32 and Chet's averaging 17. He's their next. There's a difference.
Yeah, but
J-Dub, I don't know. J-Dub just got here.
But if SGA doesn't play a whole season, there's a difference though. But there's a difference. AJ Mitchell will average 18, and J-Dub will average 24. Like they'll just make it up somewhere else. They can. And that's my point. They can.
Okay, Ron. With J-Dub is averaging 17, and my bad, Chet's averaging 18. My bad. So what I'm saying is the difference is the other number one option that the Celtics had, they still have.
What? Yeah, but in the finals. Yeah, but okay, Ox, doesn't it matter more what J-Dub did in the finals? I mean, he was dropping.
Why would that average more?
No, but doesn't it matter more what he did in the finals than what he's doing in the 2 weeks since coming back from injury?
What he did last season. What he did last season absolutely matters more. You can't just take just the finals.
Okay,
but
cool.
absolutely all last season.
Yes. He was an all NBA guy.
You won't get me to say anything negative about J-Dub. Like you're not gonna get me to do that. Okay. But what I'm saying is J-Dub isn't a number one scoring option. I don't believe so. But we have difference of opinion all the time, so no big deal.
Yo, Damien,
there's a difference as well between. Yeah, there's a difference between. So what Swipe is saying, there's a difference between a 50-win team and a champion. Like there can be a lot of 50-win teams that don't necessarily, compete. But J-Dub, like you said, Penn, he's all NBA. He's all NBA defender as well. What does a situation where Chet has an expanded role look like? SGA not on the roster, they're obviously going to add another piece. So even if that's a role player, that's another productive role player potentially you're adding to J-Dub and Chet. I am honestly of the belief that if you gave J-Dub the offense and you had a preseason and a training camp and you built your offense around him, he could touch 30 points a game. He could be close to 30 points a game. Chet could continue to grow. He could be 25 and 12 with 4 blocks. Like I don't think it's crazy to think that this could be a 50-win team without Shea.
You fight that, Moss? Because I've seen your eyes get big. You're the same dude that told me that Austin Reeves could average 34 a game if Luka was off the ball more. You don't think J-Dub could do what not what SGA is doing, but do you think he could do more if
he would average more? Wasn't there? Sure. Just out of necessity, he'd average more. But do I think 30? Probably not, but maybe. I just wanted to know in this hypothetical, were we assuming that if Shea just didn't play this season, OKC would have won 55 games?
This is and
that was just a high mark. I think they win 50 games this year.
So J-Dub would have missed the first 20 with no SGA.
No.
And you guys would have projected them with.
No, J-Dub got to be there.
That's what I'm saying, Moss. He starts the season. He wasn't hurt. He starts the season, and he's going to play the entire season.
And then no one on the roster gets hurt the whole season.
No. They can't get it. No.
So in this hypothetical, there's no injuries for the rest of the
roster. There are injuries. No. The conversation started off. It started off.
What's more reasonable than what actually happens, which is J-Dub missing the first 20 games?
It's all a hypothetical. The conversation started off about them being what they are. They're on pace to win 75. They start off giving SJ credit, like he raises them to a point where like they're unattainably good.
That was the whole thing. Without J-Dub for the first 20 games.
You said what?
Without J-Dub for the first 20 games.
Okay, well that's completely different. But that's completely different. No, I'm not doing that, Mars. No,
that's what it is.
No, they were still very good in the non-SGA minutes without J-Dub too. The whole conversation was they have been elite rating is 95. All season. Yes, they are. They literally are an unprecedented defense.
Do you think they would maintain a 95 defensive rating for a season without
for the whole season? I don't know. Do I think SGA is going to be a 50, 44, and 90 dude for the whole season? I don't know.
His last 82 games, he's shooting 40% from
what about the intangible?
Shooting 45% from three.
Yeah, I don't know.
44, probably not. But OKC's defense without Shea this season, the reason they're a plus 17, whatever, is because their defensive rating without Shea is about 94, 95, 96.
Yeah, we're over a quarter through the season.
Which is 20 points better than the league average.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to put that out there.
Yep.
That's Detroit.
Do you believe? No team has come close to that. No, 94 is the equivalent of the raw defensive rating in the mid 2000s.
The Detroit,
and we're in 2026 with a team shooting 43.
No, but he's saying for the era. In this era right now,
relative to the era, is 20 points better than the league average.
Yeah.
Back in the 2000s, it would still be the best defense in the league, and we know how defense looked. When
scores were 72, what would a defense in the 90s
would
have
OKC
to do
maintain a 95 defensive rating for a year?
I don't know if it would.
That's why I'm asking.
But it would
Mars,
be. It would
help the people understand for a second here. What
wait,
Rockets have to do?
Keep going, Swiper.
I don't know if it would, but Mars, I guess what I'm trying to leave room for is nuance. That's why I said 50 to 55. Because I don't want to just say 55. Penn said 55, 60. I don't believe that. 50 to 55, because I'm looking around the league margin saying who can contend with them, period, with SGA. Without SGA, I don't know how many teams are actually better than this team. Now you're asking, can they maintain a 94 defensive rating without SGA? I mean, that's like probably not. But Mars, here's the question now. They're at 103 right now, which is 7 points better than anybody else in the NBA. Do I think they could be a 103 throughout the season? Can they maintain that? Yes.
Why not?
Based on their defensive personnel, how they run their defense. And again, they run an extremely hyper-aggressive lineup where every single person that comes into that game, they have one job. That is to defend your tail off. And they swarm better than any team we have seen probably in the last 20 years. That's what makes them so great and so dominant. So if you're asking me if they maintain their identity, which is their team identity that SGA contributes to, as you saw yesterday, then I think they all then are still able to maintain a floor that nobody else can touch in the league. So the question becomes, Mars, very similar to how the opposite would be Denver. Denver's best engine is their offense. They have the greatest offense of all time currently. OKC's defense or engine is their defense. But then what puts them into these talks, Damian, 75 plus wins, is SGA is such a good offensive player at this point that they almost become untenable. But then the question becomes, how do you beat OKC? Because the question is, when SGA goes out of the game, you have to be able to keep them from scoring and do your best to not turn the damn ball over and score. That's how you have to beat them.
Go ahead. Ron, I was looking at this from the standpoint of not what actually is going on, because when Swiper brought up the 55 wins, I wasn't thinking about missing J-Dub for 20 games. Okay,
me too, Chill. Me too.
If we're doing that, then I'm out. That's what's actually going on right now. Okay, so if we're doing that, no, they're not winning 55 games. Absolutely not. Because to lose your best player and to lose your most versatile defender, and still to think in a bloodbath of a Western Conference that they could still win 55 games, no. I was doing this under the impression that J-Dub was playing the entire season. Chet was playing the entire season. We're going to switch up our offense. We're going to play differently on offense and defense. And the ball's going to move a little bit more. Let's be clear, Ron. They got 7 dudes in double figures. 7 of them. So those dudes would play more. Their roles would change. Things would be a lot different on defense and on offense for them. We got a dude that's averaging 30 a game. And I want to make sure that I don't veer too much into the box score. But this guy is very important to what we're doing offensively. Overall, if we take him out of the lineup, Ron, now what we're doing is we're giving more responsibility. Who can do it? Like Mitchell, for example, right? So I think that those guys' level of play would increase. But Mars, if you're telling me that J-Dub is out of the lineup for 20 games, no, I don't think that they can win 55 games.
Two very critical.
So you got to also remember how much easier he makes it for those dudes to score. How much easier does other guys get when he's out there averaging 33 and 7? How much easier it is for those guys to score when he's attracting the defense and all that. That matters a lot too.
What's OKC's points per game? How many points do they score per game?
OKC is at the top of the league right now.
123.6.
123. Okay, so let's say that they score 20 points less and they score 103.
That's at the bottom of the league.
Okay, chill. But their defense is at the top of the league.
Works, but
I'm not saying that's how it works. I know, obviously, I know that's not. Obviously, I know that's not how it works. But I'm saying, let's say their offense falls off a cliff. Their defense still gets better without SGA on the floor, so they still manage to outscore teams at the end of the day because they're able to limit you from scoring.
They just sound real Dallas-y. Like they just sound like a better version of.
They're going to be in every game.
Yeah, but a much better version.
They're better.
I'm not arguing. Yeah, I'm not arguing they're not much better than Dallas. Although Dallas have picked it up recently. Maybe we want to talk about them at some point. But yeah, it's like this, and I think what's being missed, and like to Ox's point about why like the on-off stuff, especially this early on, like. The lineups that OKC are allowed to put out because Shea can play with anyone on the roster and make those lineups tenable, they no longer exist. You can't just have Shea with a bunch of bench guys and then win those minutes by 20 because you can then you can run up J-Dub, Chet, iHeart, Caruso with and bench unit. Like, no, you don't get to do that in the non-Shea minutes anymore because you have to now stagger J-Dub and Chet because you have to try and make all your lineups tenable, which is going to tank your offense and your defense. We already know the offense without Shea is not good. I think they're like 3 points below league average offensively without Shea, and that's with Shea spearheading offense, playing with a bunch of bench units. You now have to put J-Dub out there either with bench units, or you have to try and mismatch lineups that don't make as much sense. You're going to have to play Aaron Wiggins more to get offense. You're going to have to play Isaiah Joe more to get offense, which is going to compromise your defense. Like the things you're going to have to. Shea makes so much of this work because he is a one-man offense that now is being used against him. So I'm not saying you guys are calling Shea less valuable, but generally speaking, outside of the sphere of PC, it gets used against him that OKC are so good without Shea on the floor, and it ignores the fact pretty much play exclusively their starters when Shea's not on the floor. Like it ignores that concept. And if Shea's not on the court for all 48 minutes of every game, you can't do that. You can't play your best lineups exclusively in the minutes that Shea's not playing. You're going to have to play lesser lineups, and that's going to hurt the team in more ways than just, their offense falls off a bit. Their defense is also going to have to fall off because you're going to need scoring from somewhere. Not to mention, if your offense is worse, you're going to turn the ball in transition more. Not to mention, you're going to miss more shots, which means you're going to defend in transition more. If your offense is worse, your defense is going to be worse, which is why the 95 defensive rating they currently have without Shea, I think we all know is not tenable. That's not going to maintain. And if it does maintain, this is not only the best defense we've ever seen, this is the best defense that is possible to ever exist. That's how, and if you think that's the case, then sure, maybe. But like, that's what's being missed when we just look at on-off differentials 20 games into the season. Like, we don't even have like 1,000-minute samples yet. Like, there's nothing to go off right now.
Arguably, their best defender has not played. Really? Like one of their best defenders been healthy.
Okay.
Right? We can agree that J-Dub is amazing. Yes. J-Dub shored down center for them last year. Look, there's a lot of stuff that's being missed here. Number one, their defenders are able to defend as well as they're able to defend because they're able to save their legs so much because Shea does so much offensively. I think that's part of it that has to be accounted for. Number two, there's a reason why we haven't seen a repeat champion in 6 years, and it's hard to repeat. This is a team that's also coming off a deep finals run. They played later than anybody that's actually good this year because Indiana is not good this year. Okay. So among
so
teams that
dumb
are
to me, bro.
competing right now, they are the ones that went deepest. They worked hard in the offseason. They're back at it. And according to Brad Stevens, they approached this season like they lost in the second round, not like they won a championship, and they're playing like it. This is a team that is super hungry. And I will say this, when Shea is, I don't think they get the same respect from the opposing team. I don't think another team is walking in like, we're going to upset the champions if Shea is out. That happens whenever there's a star player missing or the best players missing from the other side, is other teams tend to dial down their intensity. Right now, what is being missed among this 24-1 historic start is that they are not catching anybody by surprise. They are on their third run around of being a really freaking good team. They have everyone's red alert. Everyone is going to sleep at 8 p.m. the night before. Oh shit, tomorrow we're going to face OKC. They might blow us out by 50. And then guess what? They blow you up by 50 anyway. You're seeing teams give their best shot. And you see a lot of hope and optimism in the starting lineups and the intros. People look like really hopeful, like, oh my God, we might actually win this game. And then by the first quarter, you play against this team and you're like playing 6-on-5 and you're like, nah, never mind. I don't want to play this hard. I just don't want to play this hard. And then Shea goes to the bench and their second unit comes in and Chet is on with that second unit or something like that. And that lineup somehow punches you even harder. So it's not just a one-man show. I don't think it's an insult to Shea.
Marge,
and I think this is more of a symptom of like where we are.
Because you're saying that you think this is being used to minimize Shea's value. Did you miss the first part of the conversation, or do you feel like the first part of the conversation was just disingenuous?
What was the first part of the conversation?
When before you got up here, the conversation was about OKC and what makes them so good. Ron, who has not been a believer, I think that was fair. That was a part of the conversation. What is it about OKC that makes them so good? I then went on a whole spiel about, before we get SGA, this is what the team is. The whole thing started on the premise of what they are from the ground up. I talked about the fact that this year, if you look at the NBA bet stuff, what I brought up a couple weeks ago, that when you look at their roster, because they have no money basically tied into their three best players, Shade's getting paid, Chet's not getting paid yet, Jada's not being paid yet. But what you do is you can disperse talent throughout your roster. You're able to draft.
Hasn't kicked in.
No, yeah, but they're not. But they're still on the rookie deal. Okay. Yeah, they're still. All of them are still on the rookie deal. So when you're missing them, you got major rotation players that are getting money. Isaiah Hartenstein, you got Alex Caruso. So when they miss time, then you have AJ Mitchell. Then you have other players stepping into the roster. The issue is they have waves of players that they can utilize. That's before you get the SGA, who's having his best season ever, who's becoming this level of offensive player that you have. It basically becomes impossible to beat them, because the point of the 50 wins is even when he's not there, they perform like a 50-win team. Dare I say they will win 50 games if they didn't have SGA. That's how good they are. But then when SGA comes into the game and playing at this level, then they push themselves to being an all-time great team. This is where the conversation started as a whole. So the chat glazing now, they want to act like that wasn't where the conversation came from. The conversation was, why is OKC so good? And this is where we went to. That was the whole premise of the convo.
5 games for a second. If Shea misses the rest of the season and we are entering the playoffs with the knowledge that Shea is not on this team, how many teams in the Western Conference are you picking over this team in a playoff series? Because I think this is important. I think, personally, I'm picking San Antonio over them. I'm picking Denver over them. And after that, I'm having trouble picking Houston, probably. That's a third team. Alperen Sengun. Okay. Those 3 teams, I can give it to you. I might pick the Lakers over them, but I think they're just too athletic for the Lakers. So, I mean, they're still a really good team. But right now, I think what you're doing, and I think what some people think you're doing, is downplaying Shea. I am definitely not downplaying Shea, and I'm on your side. So let's just dead that right now. I think what I'm saying is, without SGA, this team is probably 50 to 55, as you say, or as I say, 55 to 60. With him, they're unbeatable. This is a soup. This is like the Avengers. Okay, this is whatever the hell your equivalent is to this. It's not fair how good this team is, and
it is though.
Yes, it is. They have
this group wasn't just thrown together, Ron. This group wasn't just thrown together by
their last 2 first-round picks aren't even playing.
They doing it the correct
is not
way.
Playing. Sorber is not playing. Most teams cannot withstand that type of just dead weight on their salary and just be amazingly okay anyway.
Correct way. I'm not going to say.
And those dudes would be playing. That's the crazy part. Those dudes would be playing. Sorber would be playing right now.
I want to say that
I think
this group has been put together. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, I think that I take Ox's and Mars's point in terms of I think any team in the league struggles when your best player is removed, right? And if we're talking about removed completely, I think OKC would have to shift a lot of things. I think that's undeniable. But I also think it's true that when you have definitely one All NBA guy and two All NBA caliber defenders with the best defense that maybe we've ever seen, I don't think it's a stretch to say this could be a 50-win team. I'm very comfortable in saying that. Like, I don't think it's necessarily a hot take.
Come on, bro. Like, for instance,
guys, right quick. We'll circle back around to this conversation. This is what makes the panel, because how we got here, I would have never assumed that we would have got to the point where on this episode where we were debating whether the OKC Thunder would win 50 games without Shea. But at the space that they're in right now, 24-1. 24.
How dare you disagree with me? Oh my God!
Listen, man, use your
Oxen
ears.
Swiper, come on, dog.
All right, we done.
But like these guys are so good that it's like we're now having this conversation. Without Shea, how good would they be? Which is in and of itself, it's like it just shows just how good these guys are. But I asked the chat, I ran a poll. I said, would the Thunder win 50 plus games without SGA? 53% of you guys agree that they would.
So Ox lost. We can move on
without Shea. But we will actually move on into our ad read from Splash Sports. You guys already know what time it is. If you watch this show, you know that Splash Sports is the best app out there. Especially if you know ball. And we're not just talking about basketball. We're talking about football. We're talking about baseball. We're talking about WNBA. We're talking about every sport that you like. They have it on this app. And they have the best players with their player projections. And it's very simple. After you download the app by either scanning this QR code on the screen or by clicking the link in the bio, you will then be matched up to $50 what you put into your account. So if you put $40 into your account, Splash Sports will come in right behind you and match that 40 on your first play. And on top of that, you will get 100% boost. So if you haven't recouped that, go ahead and get that bonus. But after you do that, then you'll be able to pick anywhere from 2 to 6 players. You'll pick more or less based on their projections. So if it's Kevin Durant and they got him going for 24.5 points, you simply choose more because, well, he's playing against the Utah Jazz. You know he's going to get more. Or if he's playing against the OKC Thunder, maybe it's safe to go less. Then after you do that, you cash in and you see us in the winner's circle. It's as simple as that. I'm going to show you guys exactly what we got rocking with today. Big Ox, what you queue up for us?
Today, kept it simple, short and sweet. The Portland Trailblazers are taking on the New Orleans Pelicans, and of course, my man Denny Ivy is going to go more than 26.5 points. Next, Denver Nuggets against the Sacramento Kings. Tim Hardaway, I expect a hot night. I got him for more than 2.5 3-pointers made. I think that should be easy. He'll probably hit about 4 or 5. Jaylen Brown against the Milwaukee Bucks. I actually took the less on my man JB today, less than 29.5 points. And to wrap it all up, Amin Thompson, Houston Rockets against the Los Angeles Clippers. He's going to have to get on the glass, half rebounds. We took the more. $5 gets you 60.
There you have it. And then once you guys take this contest right here and you redo it, and maybe you even throw a couple extra picks on there just to sweeten up the pot. Then what you need to do is go to Factor Meals and treat yourself. Because they have meals that you can heat and eat in just 2 minutes or less. But now it's going to be heat and treat after you win on Splash Sports. And the cool thing about Factor Meals is when you use code Players Choice 50 off, you guessed it, you get 50% off. And, well, it's wintertime. It's getting cold outside. When you go outside, you got to bundle up. You got to put on 2 or 3 jackets. You got to put your gloves on, your beanie, all of that good stuff. You know, if you're you don't want to go outside. So what do? You hit up Factor Meals, and they deliver it right to your door. That's the beautiful part about it is you don't got to go grocery shopping. You don't got to prepare the meal. You don't got to do all the extra specifics and waiting for the food to get ready. No, you don't have to do that. This is the most convenient way to eat healthy and eat good. It's at factormeals.com/Players Choice 50 off. And 97% of customers said that they are satisfied that Factor Meals has helped them live a healthier life. And you can feel the difference no matter what the routine is. We up on the panel, we eat Factor Meals every day, and you should do the same thing because this is how you can support your wellness goals. This is how you can eat with more variety and have more meals and choose from a wider selection of weekly meal options. And on top of that, this is how you can culture yourself and savor global flavors. So you know what to do. Eat smart at factormeals.com/Players Choice 50 off and use code Players Choice 50 off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code Players Choice 50 off at factormeals.com/Players Choice 50 off to get 50% off plus free shipping. Get delicious, ready to heat and eat meals delivered right to your front door with Factor Meals. All right, y'all, we got super chats. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. Let's go ahead and dive into these. Before I get to these super chats, just want to let you guys know, today we will be doing a 2018 redraft later in the show. We'll talk a little bit more about OKC and what they did to the Suns, and we'll also dive deeply into the Spurs beating the Lakers. And then we might talk about the semifinals just a little bit and what's coming up next with the in-season tournament. But as of right now, you guys have tapped in and chimed in based on the conversations that we had. So the first person I got is The Godfather. The Godfather 651 said, if a kid walked up to y'all and wanted to be a basketball player after seeing a basketball game for the first time and they want you to train them, what's the first thing you would teach them? Big Ox, as a basketball coach and a trainer?
Ron, could you? It just glitched off. Could you read that one more time for me, bro?
The Godfather said, if a kid walked up to y'all and wanted to be a basketball player after seeing a basketball game for the first time, and they wanted you to train them, what's the first thing you would teach them?
Depending on the age, if they were like under 13, first it's ball handling. Just I would always start with ball handling first. I mean, that's the simple answer. We'll just get, up and down. We do crossovers, between cross, cross behind, double behind. Just get your ball handling right. Get that first 2-ball dribbling, stuff like that. Get them with the tennis ball. Just getting comfortable handling the basketball. I think that's the first things first. When you look at youth sports, usually the kids that get better first aren't the kids that can shoot better. It's the kids that can dribble better, and that's just the short answer for me. I think it's ball handling before anything.
There you have it. Hunter TV. I seen your
Mark and
drills on your story too, Ox.
Oh well, right. You know all about those.
I seen you with the kids in the lab last night. I seen it.
Yeah, I mean, we done those with hundreds of thousands of kids together. So you know what I'm doing with them already.
Yeah, I seen you being a coal merchant. I seen it. Good work, though. Huh?
Hey, we do the cones, and then we play king of the court, and then we play 3-on-3, and then we play basketball.
That's where it's at.
Get them cones out the way, man.
Hunter TV said, I have a hard time thinking a team that has 2 All-NBA players and the best defense ever without Shea wouldn't win 50-plus games. And that doesn't take away from Shea, or that doesn't take away from what Shea has done in the slightest. He makes them maybe the best team ever.
Well, one of those All-NBA players is Shea. So, I mean,
I think you're saying Chet and J-Dub are All-NBA players.
Yeah, Chet's going to make All-NBA this
year.
year.
Chet's definitely going to make it this year, yeah.
If he plays 65 games.
Assuming, yeah. And then, obviously, J-Dub made it last year, so that would be the 2. So they have 3 in total.
Sure.
We're not taking anything away from SJ, by the way.
Well, Kayson's going to make all defense this year. Lou Dort obviously made it last year. J-Dub made it last year. Chet's going to make it. It's crazy that Chet's going to make it for the first time this year.
In year 4?
Yeah. They might have 3 all-league defenders this year at minimum. They're going to have they could have 3 all-league defenders.
Well, if Alex Russo plays the rest of the year, he'll make it. But
right now, if they would have 3, it would be Kayson, Hartenstein, and Chet. That would be the 3. But I don't know how long Hartenstein's going to be out. Hartenstein before like last couple games, Hartenstein was probably OKC's best defender this year, but he doesn't.
I don't think anybody's trying to take anything from SGA. I just think we're underselling how important he is to the team. But Damian, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised, Damian, when MVP time comes around and votes are coming, and you hear somebody or people up on the panel talking about, well, how can he win MVP if they can win 55 plus games without him?
I got you.
I think the Nuggets could win 45 games.
Be prepared. It's coming.
I think the Nuggets could win 45 games.
Oh, it's coming, brother.
Y'all disagree with that?
You think that Embers will win 40
if they were fully healthy? Yeah, 100%.
I don't know.
I've seen
Jonas Valanciunas and Jamal.
I feel like they felt a lot. I felt a lot of the gap.
Top 15 player Jamal Murray. Top 15 player Jamal Murray.
You guys tell me, but the two best players in the conference don't need to play for that team to be good. I feel like the West maybe then isn't as good as
I just think they're that much better than everybody.
Not with Aaron Gordon hurt and stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He would obviously have to be there, but I think they could do 45. Yeah.
45, maybe around 45.
Have you seen Jonas this year, brother?
He's been great.
I've seen Jonas.
You know how many Zeke Najee minutes you'll have to have?
No.
Nah, you know.
No.
Ain't no.
He's not playing.
If Joke ain't playing, yeah.
Trade bait.
He's trading for him.
Nah, Jonas is still that good, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Bro, Jamal.
All right, the next super
Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon, Peyton Watson. That Spider-Man on the field. I don't know, bro. We taking chains this year, bro. Shout out to Peyton Watson, man. We're getting money. He been playing for the Kings next year. We trading him for Malik Monk and some change. Come over here.
Keon Ellis, Malik Keon, and
Yep.
Next super chat, Ron. Next super chat.
Be True 2310 said, man, episode 9 of The Ball Don't Lie is already an instant classic. The tag team champions of the world were reunited. What a time to be alive. Shout out RT and Mars. The panel, as always.
It was fun.
Tag team champions of the world. Mars. Isn't that you and my man Ticket?
That's what we've been called, yeah. It was a cool little reunion, yeah. You wouldn't have liked talks, but for the most part, yeah, it was fun.
I would have loved it. I love to see y'all get together.
I don't know. Based on what was being said about son Kawhi Leonard, I don't think you would have enjoyed it, but it was fun.
Shout out to the fun. Anna Monica Studios said, when the Celtics were load managing with the most 50, 30, and 20-point wins while going on a 10-game win streak in the playoffs without their center, they lost their PG, 3 bigs, and star, and our third.
Yeah, I think, you find a new formula. Like, if you're a good coach, you find a new formula. And that's what Joe Mazzulla has done. They just rebuilt their roster, their rotations, and they've been not great, but they were always better than their record when they were like 9-8. They're just winning now.
Got to give Joe Mazzulla a lot.
And all NBA Derek White has shown.
Yeah. Shouts. 6 man of the year, and not Anthony Simon. He's not the best bench player on that team this year.
He might be the best bench player on that team.
But he's been starting though.
A player like Jordan Walsh would never win.
He's been in and out of the starting lineup, and then Minot will go to the bench sometimes. Sam Halger, good this year.
How many games do you have to come off the bench?
They also lost Luke Cornett. We don't mention that.
Yeah, they did. They did lose Luke.
Yeah, Demon Luke. Yeah, shout out to him.
Matter of fact, I didn't see no Twitter at Mars. You know what's interesting? I didn't see no Twitter lowlights when Derek Queen had a 30-point triple-double on Luke Cornett. I didn't see that flying around timeline. Interesting.
Oh no,
Luke Cornett's a good defender too.
Good rim protector. Yeah.
And a great rim protector.
He's not going to guard Derek Queen in space. The issue is Jokic isn't going to guard Derek Queen in space.
We prepared
or protect the rim. But I will say Jokic was going to go punched on by Bron. I will say that.
Why not?
Because he would have. That's what he would have done. He not getting punched on.
Wait, am I tripping? Am I seeing things or just the games I've seen? Does it look like Anthony Simons is actually trying to compete on the defensive end, or?
I've seen it.
You have to.
I think Anthony Simons.
I think his effort is.
Am I tripping, Damien? Am I tripping?
I just want to put out. He's still not good. But I would say.
Which player? How many players don't try on defense though? That are playing on good teams. You know what I mean? Levels of try, obviously.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think on certain teams you have to try. Like on certain teams, it's you have to try at least look like you're competing on defense, or you're not gonna.
You might not try every play, but they try. They're not just doormats the entire game. No, Trae Young is trying. He just little.
Well, you got to remember too, though, Chill. These are professionals.
Jalen Brunson is trying. Trae Young is whatever.
But they're professionals though, Penn, and a lot of guys know how to make it look good. You know, they know how to make it look like, I'm supposed to, stuff like that. Like I know how to get
real
there,
frustrated when they get scored on. Like they just no,
I care. My bad. It's just.
Well, shout out to Anthony Simons going over there and turning around that team. Who would have thought that he could contribute to a winning situation?
Turning around that team.
Shout out to him. Randy Ballin, 4902, said, is it crazy to say that SGA is the best player in the league, but not the MVP if his squad can still be very competitive without him? Denver without Jokic sinks like a stone.
This is gonna go.
Giannis,
this is one person, bro.
This is one person who decided to send money to us.
Plant a seed. You plant the seed.
It's not hard to figure out what conclusions are gonna come.
Aspiration
when you say, the Thunder would win this many games without SGA.
Swipe and pin. Is that why you guys are doing this?
No,
I'm stepping off of this.
No, exactly.
Y'all have me convinced.
You got me red-handed.
First of all, SGA MVP. 100%. If I had a vote, that's my MVP.
Who's the MVP, Swiper?
24-1. This SGA.
Got your ass now. Who's the?
You don't got nothing.
Say it again.
I already agree with that.
Take that poster off your wall and say it.
Why am I on full screen for this?
Who's the MVP?
Because you're the drama.
Yeah, I think.
Who's the MVP?
I think it's a narrative award in what you've done as well. I think he's the MVP, of course.
Who would you vote for if you had a vote? Who would you vote?
I think the best player, the player having the best season. Yeah, I think it's Jokic having the best season.
Okay, so you would vote for Jokic.
No, I'm saying he's not gonna win it though.
Okay, but I'd rather know
at some level, Mars.
But
at some level, though, Mars.
I'd vote for Jokic as well. By the way.
At some level, exactly. At some level, Mars and Ron, you do it again. I'm telling you, bro, you're gonna be broke by the end of the day. By the way, at some level, Mars. At this point, Jokic's season is getting underrated because he's not gonna win 89 games. I mean, it is like that's just what's happening right now. Like it's just.
I think everyone agrees he's been one of the top 2 performers this season.
No, but I know, but bro, they're discounting the scoring now because like, oh well, he's next to the rim. Like, of course he's plus 14 or whatever. Like, it's just
to answer that question.
PRA guy now. He's at 11 assists a game because he touches the ball every game. Like, all right, okay.
To answer that question, Jordan was the best player in the league in 1983. He did not win the league MVP in 1994. They won 55 games the next year. So we've seen it before. Yes, it is possible. Very much.
But look at the chat, Mark. He said we all worship PRA. Jokic is a PRA demon now. That's what his narrative is. And you've been pushing a little bit too. But I'm talking about you don't actually.
Well, no, I've been pushing PRA as nonsense in general.
I know, but
I've been pushing that for years.
But Jokic is not a PRA demon. That's not. He just happens to be.
No, I said it. I think Jokic has the best PRA in the NBA. But it still doesn't capture all of his impact. I still think there's.
I agree.
But I also do think that advanced stats are starting to favor Mr. OKC.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of ill-informed Jokic FC are running to PRA and relative true shooting.
That's the same thing with Kobe fans, though. Like you Kobe fans, Jordan fans, Bron fans, you're always going to point to whatever fits your player.
Yeah, like so that's I think Jokic is better than his PRA says he is, which is funny because his PRA says. Like he's the best player in the league, but I think he's better than that PRA. Like he does more. Like those guys are better than whatever their averages are.
The only PRA person up here, as the chat said, is Ron. Ron is a true PRA head. Look at Trey, 24-12. How would you not want him started on your team?
I see. I may value that more than you guys.
That's
but
a direct quote, right?
I think it matters, though.
I think that's
no, it does matter.
Y'all could downplay somebody getting 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. Y'all could do that if y'all want to and say, "Oh, you just looking at the box score." Yada yada yada. No, 10 rebounds is important. 10 assists is important. Getting 30 points is important. Now, obviously, you can put context into how it was got, but it was got.
It was
like y'all can do that if y'all want to and try to make it seem like
that's why I think we should all band together from Mars, especially Mars, because you got a little bit of influence on Twitter because you're Mars and they're a troll. Ox.
Actually, I'm being serious on Twitter until OKC lose a game.
No,
now, so.
you're gonna be serious right now. By the way, Damian, Pin, chill. Everybody up here. There is a PRA monster in the league that is actually a good player that's going to get better as the years go on. But he is absolutely walking into a situation. He's going to be a Johnson. Yes, he is a PRA monster. They're going to start underrating him. I'm telling you, Ron, he is an actual dog. He is going to be an MVP talks one day. He's that good.
If this is turning into a thing because somebody puts up a bad PRA that we're going to act like it's not even all of that, then you guys are weird,
bro. Jalen Johnson is special, y'all.
Anybody that does that says, "Oh, well,
Penn,
somebody's averaging 35.99," and that just I remember
we did the start bench cut, but Penn, Jalen Johnson is legitimately a very, very good player, brother. Very good player.
He's elite.
He's very
like he's not there yet. He's
MVP
young. Man, he's
insane right now.
I think by the time he gets to 25, 26, 27.
Why is that insane? I mean,
because that's about 2 years from now. And
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, right.
All NBA this year.
He's a double guy.
Anthony Edwards is going to be running around in the league.
How you feel? Wait, hold on. I don't want to be false.
Like, are we forgetting like the caliber of players that we got?
I said conversation.
But he said he
feel about isolation scoring. How do you feel about his isolation scoring? If you're gonna put him in MVP conversation,
bro, brother, I'm telling you, but this is not
better.
This
the
is
Hawks have had like the worst half-court offense like the last like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, but but they only have a chance. Hold on.
When a certain some team in the North was doing really well prior to the RJ injury, prior to them hitting a wall when they were winning all those games, I just want to let y'all know that the guy who had the number one half-court touches, front-court touches, had a top 5 offense, was averaging 20 points per game, and I just listened to y'all tell me yesterday that he ain't ever going to be a superstar. So how the hell is Jalen Johnson an MVP candidate?
Would you like me to tell you?
Wait.
And by the way, I said in the future, Joe.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Was Swiper even here yesterday? Swiper was you here?
No.
Yesterday? Yeah, so Swiper was not even part of that.
No,
so what Swiper said about Jalen Johnson has no bearing on what we said about Scotty Barnes.
Chill, what did I miss?
Okay.
We don't need to relitigate it. It's cool.
Yesterday we were talking about.
You want this fight? You want it? You got it.
I don't have it.
Yes.
Pin, I showed Scotty love yesterday.
Yo, give me
remember
that.
We all did. Hold on.
I guess I said he's not going to be a scorer. We was just dismissing.
No. It's cool. It's cool. And you said Draymond Green and Ben Simmons.
What was the context?
Yeah, I said that pre-draft. That's why I said pre-draft. Sorry, 4 or 5 years ago, I said
Jill is trying to give me the
Draymond Green and Ben Simmons.
Listen, I want to acknowledge it. I wasn't up here on Wednesday. My favorite player had possibly one of the worst games of his life in the biggest moment, and it sucked. I called it out right after. It was disappointing as hell. He was terrible defensively. He was terrible offensively. I still think he's a better player than Jalen Johnson.
But Penn, at some point, brother, and just
and I've been higher on Jalen Johnson than the average, but years.
Not this guy though.
But I'm saying Barnes than everyone on the planet. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
But I do want to ask
this, y'all. That's where this conversation started, Penn. I mean, that's where this conversation started, Swipe. But yesterday,
but I want to be honest though. Like at this point, we can agree. Jalen Johnson's a better playmaker than Scotty, even though I don't know how to turn into a Scotty conversation.
Not.
He is. He
obviously
is.
No, he's not.
It's a combo.
He's already
better, but it is a combo.
He's already a better shooter than Scotty Barnes. I mean, I don't even think that's a conversation. He is. He's shooting 40% from 3 this year on 4.5 attempts a game.
Pull-up game.
Scotty Barnes is shooting 40% from 3 prior to last game.
And then if we're doing
this, it's
different. I will say Scotty Barnes gets to walk into threes, but it's still
he does get. But
Jalen Johnson's not exactly.
But Jalen Johnson has real
one-on-one games.
Jalen Johnson is a real stretch big.
And whoa.
Porzingis hasn't played as much.
Yeah, Jakob Poeltl. And then Jalen Johnson also, if we're doing this,
Poeltl has sucked. Okay, he sucks right now. Okay.
My brother,
I'm crying every day.
Man, time out. Because I don't know how to turn into a Scotty thing. I wasn't going to bring up Scotty. I was just bringing Jalen. I do think Penn and Damian, especially, is the level-headed one among us right now. Jalen is a legit great passer.
Level-headed.
He's a. I'm saying Damian is like he's narrative now.
He's level-headed. Yes,
that's what I said.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Penn and Damian, the level-headed.
Penn's period. Shut up. Kidding. And then Damian be level-headed.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said drop kidding.
Oh,
but Penn, he's a great passer. Remember last year I was telling you he was 4th in passes per game, chill? 4th. Yeah. Last year. Like the dude can make decisions. He's good and he's great
than Scotty Barnes.
Now,
No,
Chill,
he's
you'll
not.
love this. He's great in
No,
transition.
he's not.
Great in transition.
He is not a
he's
better
definitely
passer than Scotty Barnes.
I think
he
he
does not
is.
create better advantages
think he
than
is
Scotty
too.
I
Barnes.
think
He
he
does not
does.
make cleaner passes than Scotty Barnes. He does not have a better advanced reads.
I think
he
he
passes
does.
the ball more.
100% does. He
He
Because he's also a better passer too.
He sees the defense.
Chill.
because
I have
one,
watched
because he-
every Atlanta Hawks game besides 3 games
No,
this
you haven't.
year.
You
No, you
can't
haven't.
watch every
Yes,
Atlanta
I
Hawks game and
have.
watch
No, you
every Toronto
haven't.
game at the same time. You're not doing that, Ben. So stop with the bullshit.
Happens to be a big.
That's number one.
Okay, first of all,
Okay.
it is possible.
Atlanta,
It is possible.
Atlanta,
There are
and
3
and
teams.
Toronto
There
play
are
at
4
the same
teams that
time.
I've committed myself to watching this year, and no, they are not the teams you assigned to me, Bron. Unfortunately, they are Toronto, they are Atlanta, they are San Antonio, and OKC. And those games, I do not miss.
How you not following your own list?
Pardon?
How you not following the list that was given to you? That's crazy. Shout out.
Well, I didn't get the teams I wanted, and I kind of do my own thing, you know.
I
mean, I try to keep up with the teams you asked me to keep
So
up
you're
with.
J.R. Smith is what you're saying.
Goddamn terrible.
Chill,
Yeah.
We're running a baseline out of bounds play. Pen's supposed to be in the corner. And he on the other side of the field. Like,
Pretty
what we
much.
doing? He
Pretty
boxing
much.
out. He supposed to be shooting the ball.
Hey man, I'm intellectually curious about the Atlanta Hawks. Listen. I listened to a very intelligent gentleman come up here, Dealey. Shout out to Dealey with his engine formula and explain to us how great Trae Young was. And listen, I'm a big Trae Young fan, but I have long suspected that this team might be better without him, and why I have petitioned for them to trade for him and trade him away for years. And watching them thrive in a very different way has been very intellectually curious. I don't know what the hell to tell you. Atlanta is a very interesting team.
Nikhil is having his best offensive season ever next to Jalen.
Nikhil is having his best offensive season because Nikhil is hitting his prime, just became a father, and is really a good basketball player. He is having a great opportunity. You are not going to tell me that he is good because of Jalen, because that's pushing your narrative.
I think Nikhil is a great player, but I think he's also benefiting from playing with Jalen Johnson. Both of them are, but Jalen is the best player on the team.
I could argue that earlier this season, Brandon Ingram was having his most efficient 2-point season ever, and he's a great bucket getter and blah, 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 and it's all because of Scotty. No, listen,
what?
No,
I'm watching the cleanness. I'm watching
that got something to do with it too.
Dude,
Jalen Johnson's emergence is going to make us have a few uncomfortable conversations
something
with
to do with it. This
Trae
is
Young.
silly.
With Trae, whoa, Damian, brother, just trust me. Speak up. There ain't no conversation.
No.
Trae, go.
No, I know, but for years Trae Young was their for years Trae Young was their biggest trade asset. Clearly, with the emergence of Jalen Johnson, I don't know if I'd even put him in a Giannis trade. I think, because they're the team that has, the assets, and you would love to see those two together. But yeah, you have some uncomfortable conversations about Trae Young now. All of a sudden, with the contract, with the very, very clear weaknesses, all of a sudden you have another sort of young star there who feels more complete to build around. So, yeah, he's been phenomenal this year. The numbers though, I know we just spoke about it, but Swiper, the raw numbers are crazy, man. Like you've seen some of these graphics come up about where what type of stuff he's doing, man. It's for a forward to have this type of skill set, it's actually pretty rare, man. Plus he's a great athlete, so sky's the limit for him. A big fan.
Yeah.
Ron, you like that about the Trae Young thing with the Hawks at this point? At this point.
We will be having some.
Ron, it's okay to say that he's the odd man out. It's okay to say that, Ron.
But I don't. That's the thing is, I still believe in. I believe in Trae Young coming back and this team still being very good. Hold on, chill. What did I say? What did I say before the season?
I don't know. What did you say?
Wait, y'all don't remember me saying that Atlanta was the best team in the East? Y'all don't remember that?
Oh yeah, that sounds like something you might have said. Yeah.
You did
so
say,
like
I believe them being in these finals. You did say something like that.
Yeah, so I believed in this Atlanta team as a whole, with Trae still in there. Like you guys can't convince me that this team right now is better without Trae Young. Even it's tiny sample sizes. Tiny sample sizes. What I'm saying is, if Trae Young comes back and gets back incorporated into this lineup with the pieces that they were trying to put everything all together, Porzingis in and out the lineup, all of that. You can't convince me that this team would be better off going into the future for the rest of the season without Trae Young than with Trae Young.
By the way,
he's just that talented of a player.
Jalen's averaging 23, 11, and 8. 23, 11, 8, and 2 this year, basically.
2 steals.
What you can't convince me of,
and his defense
what you can't convince me of,
and 40%
is
from
that
as well.
Is that you can trade Trae Young and then have a better team after that.
Yeah, come on.
Because of what you can go get. Now, is Trae Young expendable? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, Chill, why? Let me ask you this question, Chill, because you would know you're an expert on the Raptors. 22 game sample size. Scotty ever averaged 23, 11 and 8?
Yep.
No.
Well, not 23, 11 and 8, but like that's
so
not
no,
his role.
So no, Mars is the answer.
You know what, Swipey, you nasty. Nasty, get out.
Well,
of here,
I mean, you said.
But Ron, I don't want us to go too far with the Trae Young stuff. By the way, like he's still a very good player. Like I don't want us to go too far with that. But because there's definitely, I agree with you. I think he can definitely come back, and this team can still be very good. I just wanted to say that
because it doesn't work anymore. That doesn't lessen him like he's whack. Just because you broke up with homegirl, that don't mean that you suck now. There's somebody else out there that you could be really good for. That doesn't necessarily mean that now all of a sudden Trae Young isn't working with Atlanta because they're going in a different direction and the dynamic of their team is now different. That doesn't mean that Trae Young is whack. No, it doesn't mean that. It just means that maybe his time in Atlanta is outdated and maybe it's time to move on from him. Like we're moving into a different brand of basketball and it's without him. That doesn't mean that Trae Young is whack. No, because when you got a distributor like him, when you got a bucket getter like him, when you got a guy who's a floor leader, pretty valuable for a bunch of different teams. A bunch of them. It just might not work here anymore. That's all that is.
Yeah, well, all right, fellas. I want to go ahead and pivot back to the games from last night. We talked about OKC and we talked about what they did to the Suns. We'll potentially get back into this game, but there was another game last night played in Los Angeles with the Spurs beating the Los Angeles Lakers by a score of 132-119. Both teams, ironically, are now both 17-7. And in this game, the usual characters got busy, but some characters didn't really get busy. But let me just start. The Spurs ended up winning this game, and it was in large part behind Stephon Castle's 30 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Stephon Castle was the best player on the Spurs last night, maybe even the best player on the floor. De'Aaron Fox had 20 points. And also for the Spurs, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people scoring double digits. Devin Vassell almost got there too. He had 8 points. It was a full team effort. But Stephon Castle led the fight last night. And then for the Lakers, Luka Doncic got his nightly 35. That's what he averages on the season. That's what he got last night. 8 assists, 5 rebounds. LeBron James, although it felt more than 19, he only had 19 points, but had 15 rebounds and 8 assists as well. 3 blocks too. And then Austin Reeves didn't have a Austin Reeves-like performance that we've been seeing all season. He only had 15 points. He did that on 16 shots. He was 6 for 16. Still had 8 rebounds and 7 assists. But off the bench, the Lakers had a heroic, surprising performance from a guy named Marcus Smart. 26 points and went 8 for 14 from 3. Fellas, let's talk about it. What did you guys see? I want to start with the Spurs. How are we feeling about the Spurs winning last night without Victor Wembanyama, who almost did play last night, but he was a late scratch before the game, and they're saying he could be ready by Saturday. But how did they look without Wemby? How are you feeling about this Spurs team?
Very good.
Dare I say that was the best game of Stephon Castle's career?
Ever?
30 and 10.
Thus far, yeah. Dare I say that was the best game of his career?
He got busy last night.
I would assume so.
Last
Well,
night.
he didn't have any defenders in front of him yesterday for the most part. So,
and I think that was the game.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Lakers, but we're not there yet. But Stephon Castle was amazing.
He was great.
De'Aaron full court. He poked some. He got like 2 open court rips yesterday.
One
got chased down.
The one
like,
he got like behind the back.
He got like 2. He got like 2, maybe 3, but I want to say 2 for sure.
Imagine that, Swipe. Imagine that, Ox. De'Aaron Fox is a defender. Imagine that.
So yeah, I mean, Stephon Castle's also having a really good defensive year. Luke Cornett's been nice on defense, getting dunked on, notwithstanding. But yeah, I think the Spurs, just their speeds and multiple ball handlers who can all attack, and then they had shooting with Harrison Barnes. Champagny came in, made a couple. Stephon Castle made quite a few shots. De'Aaron made a couple. And then you got Dylan Harper, who once again is just this guy who just gets into the paint whenever he wants. I don't know, like my eyes aren't deceiving me. I know what I'm seeing. But yeah,
what are you seeing, Mars? What are you seeing exactly, Mars?
If
like
Dylan Harper is not a perennial all-star, I don't know how he's not. That man he's really, really good. I expect him to be an all-star for a very long time in this league. But yeah, San Antonio, they were younger, they were more athletic. They played actual defense. So like, yeah, it's like they were just a better team. Like that's it. They were simply the better team.
The speed of San Antonio was what surprised me the most. And would it be because they're as fast as they are? Is that because the Lakers aren't athletic, or are they really that fast? But I think it's a combination of the two, because I'm loving how the quick stuff that they got, like it wasn't there wasn't any in between. Castle's open, he's getting the shot off. Not only is he getting the shot off, if Luke Cornett is running, he's open at the rim, he's getting the shot off. It didn't seem like anything was. It didn't seem like they had any trouble getting to anything that they wanted to get to. It seemed like everything that they were trying to do, they were there. It didn't start until Marcus Smart started cracking those long balls. Until then, I felt like San Antonio was in complete control of that game. I felt like Castle was getting whatever he wanted, and I thought De'Aaron Fox did a great job in involving him in the game. I think I'm in the minority. I think he's one of the best downhill guys in the game. I thought that he did a great job in keeping his feet in the paint, whether it's stop and pop or whether it's getting other people involved. This kid, Champagny Moss, he's got this. He got this attitude, Ron. Like, I should be playing more. Like, I'm nicer than y'all think I am. And I know I'm in a rotation role, but he's got this confidence where if he's open, he's not open thinking, well, I'm gonna shoot. No, like kick me to peel. That's the kind of attitude that he has.
He that designated shoot. He made some crazy corkscrew layup over Marcus Smart. That was cool. But yeah, like teams know, and I think the Spurs know, if you're gonna beat the Lakers, outrun them. Like it's not a difficult concept. Like they're not. And this has been a problem with the Lakers for a minute. So it's not just like, since they got loot. Like
they thought when AD left, it would be different.
Davis. Yeah, like their transition defense when they had Anthony Davis sucked. Like if you want to have success against the Lakers, crash the offensive glass and run. Like that's what you have to do. And they're not gonna get back consistently anyway. And then not to mention, you get into the half court. The Lakers might be the first team in NBA history where their whole starting lineup are bad on defense.
The entire five?
They might be the first team in history where their whole starting lineup is bad on defense.
Ayton's been okay.
It depends. Yeah, it depends how good you think DeAndre Ayton is.
Yeah,
that's really it. So yeah, if you think DeAndre Ayton is a good defender, then maybe not.
They don't. What is say like this, Smart? They don't have anybody on their roster that's like horizontally. You're like, okay. Like, you know what I mean? He can get there. He can get from point A to point B really quickly.
Well, they do, but Adu Theoro is not going to play for obvious reasons.
Sure.
But like that, their athletes are not skilled enough to justify.
Is Jake LaRavia their best horizontal athlete they have defensively?
I would still say it's probably Marcus Smart, just in terms of his
you think Marcus still got that speed to him?
Yeah, I would still say it's him. And I actually think he was trying to get after it on defense, but there's only so many holes you can plug up. Like he's trying to tag low man, he's trying to get out on guards, he's trying to pre-switch. The amount of work Marcus Smart is trying to do to hold this thing together is ridiculous. I don't know how Rui's still starting, by the way. Rui needs to stop starting. But
Mars, maybe some of this too. Remember we talked about the ball handling last year, Chill. Why the Pacers were so crazy last year? OKC so crazy. I mean, the Clippers when they were at their best last year. Trying to think of another team. Like, bro, who won? Think about this, Mars. When they get Wemby back, all 5 of their players can handle, dribble the ball, and cut and slash that they will put in the starting lineup. All 5 of them.
That's what I was about to say, Swiper. You just took my thunder because I'm looking at this San Antonio team. They kind of remind me of what Indiana was last season, where they got a bunch of guys who can put the ball on the floor, a bunch of guys who can get to the rim, a bunch of guys who do a lot of the same thing, but you don't lose much on the defensive side of the floor. Don't get me wrong. I think that Castle, even though he's young and there's still some things that he needs to iron out as a defender, like you're gonna get him competing on the defensive end. Like I watched him
defense this year, I think.
But what I'm saying, Mars, is I think that 100% got back into play. 100% got back into play and made Austin Reeves take a tough shot. Like stuff like that tells me that a team like this, when I got that big guy behind me in, in Wemby, that's just going to make them even more viable. So with that being said, I think that this San Antonio team, they have the necessary pieces because they got a bunch of guys that do the same thing. And on the defensive end, I don't think that they lose much. I like what I'm seeing with the San Antonio crew. I do.
Yeah, they're good. Devin Vassell didn't have a good game yesterday, y'all.
Keldon Johnson.
Keldon Johnson as well made some huge shots.
And Keldon Johnson's reinvented himself because everyone knows back when Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell were leading the Spurs to the tank, and one of them was a leading scorer. I think it was Keldon. I was not very high on Keldon Johnson. I was trying to tell people Devin Vassell was the best player on the team. I wasn't the highest on Keldon. But him reinventing himself as this like hustle wing who's like a bully around the basket, crashing the offensive glass, can knock down the three, instead of like this attempt to go get your own bucket player, I think has been amazing for him. Like, I think they said like he was top 10 in field goal percentage in the league or something. I think that's what they said on the broadcast. Like him reinventing himself in that way and finding like his niche. I think it's definitely been impressive.
Sound to me like Mars, he turned it into what Jeremy Shochan was supposed to be. That's what it sounded like he turned it into.
But Mars, he didn't reinvent himself.
They have Carter Bryant as well, who doesn't play.
He was over leveraged. I'll say that. He was
it wasn't his fault that he was on a team where he had to be the leading scorer. Like he's just not a number one option, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it also helped him in the long run by him having to over leverage himself and having to do more. Now when your role lessens and you get better players around you, now it's like, okay, I don't have all the defensive attention on me. Now it's easy for me to go get a bucket in a one-on-one situation, or the ball's been swung 2 or 3 times. Now I can easily beat a one-on-one coverage when I had to then beat the help defense and all of that extra stuff, and game plans were focused around me. Now, like guys like him, Devin Vassell, like life has never been easier for Devin Vassell than now. And even like, this isn't a knock on Dylan Harper or anything, but Dylan Harper's now a rookie. And like, yes, he's a very good player, but teams have to focus on De'Aaron Fox. Teams have to focus now on Stephon Castle and his ability to drive. Teams have to focus on all these other players. Now it's like, Dylan Harper, you get to just come in and hoop. Like defenses can't even focus on you because God forbid when Wemby gets back, it's a free-for-all when you got guys that can get downhill, you got guys that can shoot. You also got, shout out Mitch Johnson, a coach that's instilling good offense and all of that. Like the Spurs are just in a very good situation where they're like 10 deep with guys that all are very good players. Like that, this team's going to be trouble. And if it is one team, and I'll put Denver in this too, but if it is another team that could potentially give OKC some problems, you're looking at them right now.
This year?
OKC smokes them.
I'm not saying that they'll beat them, but
but you would prefer them against OKC than Houston?
I'm probably taking Houston.
They don't have this. Houston's got more size than them.
Not yet.
I think that's what.
Not yet. No, but
that's not the thing, though. That's not the thing. It's not the size for me, Chill. It's the ball handling. I literally have a group of guys that I believe can handle pressure and make enough perimeter shots against OKC. And you guys, we've talked about this a lot. We've talked about Case and Wallace, Lou Dort, and these guys and their ability to pressure guys. I don't believe that they'll be able to just take De'Aaron Fox out his game for 7 games.
Well, maybe not.
I don't believe that they'll be able to keep Stephon Castle out of the paint for 7 games. Dylan Harper too. I believe that
his game. I definitely think they could take Wemby out of his game.
Yes,
potentially, but Wemby brings so much to the table that it's like even if you take him out of his game offensively, you still have the defensive stuff that he brings to the table, and you still have the mismatch advantages too. Where if the 3-headed trio of the point guard situation, the 3-headed trio, if they can get into the paint enough, they can still create advantages with Wemby throwing oops, creating
I think the thing they don't have, though, is the Steven Adams thing with the Şengün. That's probably going to be the difference, though. Like their ability to offensive rebound.
Size throws a monkey.
You don't think Wemby can?
Wemby's not that kind of rebounder yet.
Not
yet.
Not to mention, it's more of an emphasis with Houston. Like they're trying to be the best offensive rebounding team to ever exist.
Like as good as Wemby is, like think about Wemby fighting with Steven Adams all damn night. Think about him fighting with Şengün all night. And then having to score.
And then you got Capella coming in for 8 minutes too. Capella gonna come in.
And then you got think about him fighting with them dudes all night.
I'm not talking about. First off, the Spurs are better than the Rockets. First off, but we're talking about the Spurs.
Fully healthy.
Yes, but we're talking about the Spurs in OKC right now, and I'm talking about the advantages that they could potentially present to OKC. And once again, I'm not saying that they're better. I'm not saying that they'll beat them, but I'm saying if it is a team that can challenge them, I believe it's this Spurs team because also, too, they play defense. So they play defense. They're fast. They're athletic. And they have the biggest nightmare in the league.
They have the what?
Victor Wembanyama.
You think they're a better
they
defense
got
than
the what?
the Rockets? You think they're a better defense than the Rockets?
I never said that they were.
I'm
I said
asking,
that they
I'm
play
asking.
defense.
Yeah,
They
but I'm
can
asking.
be.
The Spurs defense sucks this year.
When they're
actually.
healthy.
Yeah, the Wemby's missed time.
They're not
defense
better
with
than
defense with
Houston's
Wemby is different.
It would be.
They
a
got
lot
the
They're a
best
better
defender in
defense.
the league, and then they got perimeter demons out there playing defense.
They can
Stephon
give
Castle
teams
is
problems,
a
but I don't think-
nightmare.
Who? You said
Yeah,
multiple.
Stephon Castle's become like I think like a legitimately.
Who
really
are the
good
multiple,
defender.
Ron?
The only person I've seen give Steph problems this year is Steph, and that's because he runs around. But like if you're guarding like on ball, like Stephon Castle, he's
No,
giving
Jamal was
guards
working him
problems
respectfully.
this year.
Shout Jamal.
Ron,
Jamal
the
could
size
everybody,
of
so maybe
the
that's not
size
fair.
of
Sean
Houston,
making me
the size that Houston has, the size, not only the size that they have, they can match athletically. Not only can they match athletically in the post with the 4 bigs that they have, that makes up for what Wemby does. As good as Wemby is as a defender, that makes up for what he does. And then you got the athletes that they have on the wing. I mean, I think that cancels out all of the stuff that San Antonio did. On top of that, they bigger than them.
So
Chill.
we watched
I'm gonna tell you what's my
them
problem.
They're
play
not really
on
that
playback.
big.
Chill. We watched the Houston versus San Antonio game on playback. Chill. I don't think they
Who won that game? I can't
cancel
remember.
out.
Who did win that game? I don't remember watching that game.
The Spurs one.
Oh,
The
okay. I can't
Spurs
remember
beat
the
them?
game.
I'm trying to
Yeah, it was a
remember.
game.
I'm not mistaken.
KD didn't have a great game. He had like 7 turnovers.
Oh, you remember that was the game. That was the game. Harrison Barnes was torching KD.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
chill,
right,
I
it was
don't.
in San Antonio. I do remember that, Ox. Okay, I'm following you now. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it cancels them out. Because like when Steven Adams and those guys, when they're matched up with Wemby, like Wemby stretching the floor on those guys, making them move a lot. It's a little different. I don't think we can just basically just go off of how the girth of them against Victor Wembanyama because
Well, we can,
he has the
Ox.
ability to spread them out. But like Ron's saying, and even when Mars was talking about Dylan Harper getting to the paint, when those guys get to the paint, Victor Wembanyama can pop, he can cut, he has so many different options. It's not just lob threats and stuff like that.
I'm not arguing that point.
He has to spread that whole defense out.
Sure, and I could get with that, but so can Sengun. And not only can Sengun,
sure.
not only can Sengun do that, not only does Sengun do that, but he also is is arguably their best distributor. Not only that, with them running the offense through him, now you got him also being on the glass. Now you got also Steven Adams being on the glass. To my point of Wemby fighting with these dudes all night, those legs get heavy, which means I don't get as high on my jump shot as I would if I didn't have to battle all 4 of them.
Got to
dudes
get high
all
on his
night.
jump shot, chill. He's 8 feet tall. Ain't nobody closing out on that. But the thing about it too, chill, it's like if Sengun's the matchup, then that's less battling he has to do. It's not Steven Adams. And
I don't think that even matches
it might sound
up
crazy.
in
Right. And it might sound crazy to y'all, but the muscle in San Antonio is Keldon Johnson. It was like that. It's not really Wemby.
Mitch Johnson called him the
But
heart
Houston
of the
wouldn't
team.
guard. Houston probably wouldn't guard Wemby with their bigs necessarily. Like
Yeah,
the
I
teams in the
wouldn't.
league that have given Wemby problems are the guys that actually put a smaller guy on him and they have the big roam. Like Phoenix when they got people under him and do your work early and things of that nature.
Dylan
So
and them,
Yeah,
He's
that's
just
what
an
Dylan
exception.
used to do for
Yeah.
Houston.
But-
Now
but-
you
but
can't
Damien,
put
can they-
Jabari on Wemby. It just doesn't work. They've tried
But-
it before. It doesn't
But
work.
Damien, can they do that to San Antonio if you're going small, if you got Harrison Barnes out there at your power forward and Wemby, can you put Steven Adams on Harrison Barnes?
That's
You
when
know
they'll
what I
go.
mean?
No,
they'll
but
go
I
zone.
think they got a lot of
Right, so
optionality
that's-
though, like Jabari Smith.
Yeah, so
think they
right.
have
So,
enough
but
big
that's
items.
what I'm saying. Like that, I'm just going to combat in Chill's point, where it's like those guys aren't going to be as much of a factor against San Antonio as they will against more teams because I don't really know if you can play those guys as many minutes as it is for them to make that big of an impact. Unless to see in the chat, unless if Cornette's in the game, they got shooters, Chill. They got fast, quick guards. Some of those dudes can't, they can't play. Swipe. The viewers went back up since I started talking.
But you guys remember initially
They-
once again
They have. Yeah.
to bring it back I'm not talking about the initial debate wasn't OKC or it wasn't the Spurs versus the Rockets. And we can have that. Like that's still a good conversation. It's who matches up against the Thunder the best. And I'm gonna tell you my problem with the Rockets. And it's actually a problem that I've been debating the whole time. I've been saying that, the Rockets do have their point guard, Reece Shepard. And you've been saying that they do have their point guard, Amin Thompson. That's very true. But what do they look like in a 7-game series with Case and Wallace, Lou Dort, and J-Dub, and these guys pressing them? Now, although I do believe that Reece Shepard's going to be a good player and he's going to be he's their point guard of the future, that is still a scary scenario. The Spurs don't have that. We have De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, and then we have other
Castle isn't exactly not turnover prone, to be fair.
No, he is, but I'm saying we have 3 reputable point guards, 3 guys that can protect the ball. And we don't necessarily have a concern when it comes to that. And then we have other ball handlers too. Yep. The Houston Rockets, that is their biggest concern is who's setting up the offense, who's initiating the offense, who's penetrating, who's getting into the key, who's making all these good decisions, all of that stuff. The Spurs don't necessarily have they can run and all of this other stuff. And they just have, to me, that they have a better handle when it comes to that.
With that being said, I could counter that with what Oklahoma City's offense is. Oklahoma City's offense is predicated on turnovers. Now, I can appreciate your logic, Ron, with us having a ball handler issue. But we do have viable ball handlers where Sengun can bring the basketball up. Amin Thompson can bring the basketball up. Reed can bring the basketball up. All of these guys do bring the basketball up, right? And we do get into offense with these guys. However, with Oklahoma City, they can struggle sometimes on offense in the half court, which means that a lot of their stuff is predicated on turnovers. If we mix it up and we have different guys bringing the basketball up, and with having different guys bringing the basketball up and getting KD in the offense early, that can definitely help our offense more, as opposed to you guys who your defense is your offense is predicated a lot more on your defense, way more. Now that we have Kevin Durant, our offense is actually better in the half court than it was in the past.
Chill. If this Houston team faces OKC in the playoffs, what would be your prediction for how long that series would actually go? Number one. Number two, who on the Rockets is the shining star of that series for Houston? Who is that player that can handle the pressure, keep their turnovers down, keep their efficiency up against that type of pressure? Is it Şengün? Is it Durant? Is it Amin Thompson? Who is it?
I think Şengün would be a real test for their defense, a real test for that Oklahoma City defense. Off the strength of where he plays. He doesn't just primarily play on the box. He doesn't just primarily play in the mid-range. I think that those combinations would bring both Chet and Hartenstein away from the basket, and I think that would open up some lanes.
Man, but he got to take the threes though. Chill. That's the problem.
I think that he would.
That's like a bailout though a little bit for OKC because they want him to do that. I mean,
He's still going to have to do that, though, right?
I believe the first game of the season when we watched, Şengün took 8 threes.
Yeah,
6, right?
8 threes, right? And he made 5. So that's not going to happen on most nights. Yeah. That is a dare shot. That's what OKC wants him to do. I think the other thing OKC wants him to do is make decisions in the middle of the floor because they're going to pick every one of those decisions apart.
Which he's actually really good at.
Against many teams, he is good at it.
Mm-hmm.
I think against high pressure defenses, he can become a little bit predictable, turnover prone, slow to process. The thing against OKC is it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you slow down and take your time to make every single pass, they just load up on the passing lanes. If you speed up, basically they just pick off your passes.
Which is what
so you can't go fast and you can't go slow, right? You can keep like the whole point of ball movement, 0.5 basketball is to load up an advantage of, you make good decisions, swing the ball side to side, find the cutter, and then boom, they recover faster. Typically, offense has an advantage unless you're facing OKC. So the first question was like, in a playoff series, how long do you want that series to go?
I think to answer your first question, I think it's Sengun. I think that Reed Shepard will give Case and Wallace hell. I do.
In what way? As a scorer?
Yeah.
No, brother.
I think I ain't saying that. I'm not saying that.
Are they playing drop versus him? That's the only chance.
Yes, that's exactly.
I'm cashing out my 401k. I'm
That's what they're
cashing
going to
out
make him
literally
do. They're going to
every
make
penny
I
I
don't
got.
know if Reed
I'm
can play
trading
that
all
series
my
that much.
baseball cards, my
what they're
basketball
going to do with
cards.
Reed Shepherd
I'm
is they're
putting all
going to
my
make
money on
Reed Shepherd
Kaysen.
a shooter. That's what they're going to do.
But
They're going to tell Reed Shepherd, you
what is
got to
that?
make shots.
But
And they
like
are going to
off
play
ball,
drop.
on ball. What are you talking about,
Both of those things. They're going to make him make shots. And
bro?
with
Second
that,
year
with,
Reed Shepherd.
yes, they're going to make him make shots. Do you understand
Reed
what that
like
means,
that, though.
Swiper? What
No,
that
he's
means
cool,
is
but like,
It'll be
yeah,
a
you don't have
are the
terrible
guy.
matchup for
but
Reed
like
Shepherd.
4
are the
games,
guy.
5 games,
You are the guy, right? And on top of that,
or just
defense-
no. How about he's their best shot maker? So how about
defense-
no? Like you don't get to make those shots. We're gonna face guard you everywhere.
Kaysen's attention to detail is insane.
I don't think that they're going to do
Like
that with him.
how
They
how
did
much
no,
film?
but that's what teams do to respond to Reed. When Reed comes in the game, he's their best shooter. So then they just face guard him and then just guard everybody else traditionally. That bonkers what that boils down to with Reed Shepherd. They're trying to run their 3-man game, especially in the fourth quarter or in the quarter situations with Şengün, KD, and Amin, or with Jabari or whoever's in the game, and Eason. And then Reed's like off in the corner somewhere. They're running like pin down stuff for him. You're not getting the ball. What do you mean? I'm literally putting Kaysen on you, turning straight toward you. You're not getting the ball.
Wow. So we're going to
Durant would
basically
have to
take
have a
Reed
hell of a
Shepherd out of the
series.
series. That's what we're doing.
Matter of fact, when Kaysen gets tired,
I
Caruso,
want to
you
make
go
sure
get
I'm
him.
following you, Swiper. So we're
Matter of fact, when Caruso gets tired,
what does that,
SGA,
so
you
what
go
does
get
that
him.
say?
Yo,
What does that say
Swiper,
about?
they
I
running
think it'd be a
trains?
hard series.
Are
for
they
Reed
running
Shepherd. I
trains?
think it'd
What
be
does
a
that
hard
say about
series.
Reed Shepherd then? So
They
Reed Shepherd,
definitely passing.
that
They
tells
passing him
me
around?
that definitely tells me
Passing it?
that
Okay.
tells me that
Damn.
Reed Shepherd is a lot better than y'all dudes giving him credit for. Because if we're face guarding
Yeah,
Reed Shepherd,
yeah,
and
he is.
if we're keeping the ball away from him, now that means that other guys like Men Thompson,
Who?
like Şengün, like KD.
Okay, but J
by the
Dub
way.
and Chet and Hart are over there now.
Okay, so with them being, so are you telling me that they're just going to completely shut Houston
No,
down?
but I
Like,
think
Houston's not going to be able to score
situationally.
I have not,
I think
Okay,
Your
Houston's
your
point,
offense
they're
is
gonna
the
they're gonna
problem.
turn
Discuss
Şengün into a primary jump shooter or scorer in the middle of the floor. And respectfully, he's actually just not that good at that this year. Now he had a hot game versus OKC, but I think a lot of this is
good.
and then Kevin Durant. Now you're going to be ISO'd on again on
Yes.
Dub and them. I'm just kind of like that. I'm not chill. I'm saying the series probably goes 6. Hopefully.
I
Hopefully
think it goes
6.
5. I think they served them dudes in 5 games.
Chill, why did I hear
All
you
right,
say
never
they're gonna make Reed Shepherd a shooter?
The reason why I think they're gonna make Reed Shepherd a shooter is because Reed Shepherd hasn't played in the playoffs. Reed Shepherd is young. Reed Shepherd has not been in this kind of atmosphere. They looking at Reed Shepherd and they're gonna make him show it to them that you can make these shots in this high pressure situation. That's why.
I don't.
I
Think
don't,
So
I
the
don't
guy
think
who-
Chill's
the guy
saying
who
that they're
can
going to just
shoot,
give him open
they're
shots.
gonna-
I don't think Chill's saying that. I think Chill's saying that they're going to force him to have to beat us. Am I mistaken, Chill?
That's what I'm thinking.
But
You
would
gotta
they not
make
just
shots.
make him beat them inside the 3-point line, not let him do the thing he's actually really good at. Isn't that what the playoffs
Well,
is about? Can you do your
it's-
weaknesses, not your strengths?
What is it? What is his weakness? His weakness is
His weakness is
putting
his 2-point scoring, down.
putting the ball on the floor, that
that
in between
not
stuff.
shooting the basketball.
Okay,
That's
so
the one thing he does really, really, really well.
Oh, okay, so when does he shoot the basketball? Does he shoot the basketball coming off a screen? Does he shoot the basketball when he has the
Catch
ball?
and shoot
off the
off a
dribble?
screen, off
not
movement,
gonna-
pin downs.
Okay,
He
so
shoots
we
the
do
ball.
know
That's what he
that.
does. He's a
Okay, so
shooter.
I do want him to shoot, right? I do want him to shoot, but I just think that in the playoffs, in a high pressure situation, when he's open, I think it may look a little bit different for him. And with them playing,
I get what
with them
Chill's
playing
saying.
drop and them making him prove that he can make shots, then they will adjust that.
But
But I think early-
you do realize every time Reed Shepherd is going to be on the floor with SGA on the floor, it is about to be like
They'll go to their zone. Don't worry, that's what they do.
No,
When
they're
Steven
not.
Adams
I
or
actually
Reed
don't know if
Shepherd
Reed
on the
Shepherd
court,
can
they'll
play
go to
that
their
the thing
zone.
is,
zone.
well, to be fair, Mark, so even if they do that, bro, I mean, you're still gonna have to flatten out your defense a little bit. Because I'm gonna flatten out the offense. I'm
Oh,
still
yeah,
getting
for
nice.
sure. Yeah, the Thunder have their zone counters. That's the problem.
Right,
Last
right,
year's
right,
zone
right.
could do some things.
Right.
This year,
But remember,
But
in the regular season
even-
game this year, remember
Mhm.
when Reed came in, what's that? Second quarter when they first
yeah,
did it?
and that's when they realized, let's
Right,
start going to
yeah,
zone.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
opening night when they were playing man with Reed Shepherd, he got fried. But it's just the playoffs. I understand. Like, yeah, some guys have to show you things. Reed Shepherd's been getting guarded like a shooter since his first game in the NBA because that's what he is. That's what's on the scouting report. And when the playoffs come around, scouting reports are tighter. They're more refined. No team, no competent defense is saying, even though this is his first real look at playoff basketball, they might say, let's see what he can do in terms of self-creation. But they're not going to say, let's let the guy who's a shooter get shots. They're going to say, let's force him to do the things he's not comfortable with. And then they'll look at the scouting report. Okay, he's not comfortable driving downhill left, whatever. Okay, so on screens, we're going to weaken to his left hand, force him into a crowd, blah, blah, blah. Sure. That's how they'll exploit Reed Shepherd. Not with, oh, yeah, I think he's going to fall off making jump shots in the playoffs. That's not a bet a good defense is going to make, because that's the thing Reed Shepherd is
to Chill's point, like we haven't
we're going to go under
in the
screens, we're
playoffs.
going to force him to make jump shots, but not
if I'm not mistaken, the reason why I bring this up, is because I think the word let, okay, I want to use another word. We'll concede.
Allow?
No. We'll concede this shot to you.
Which shot?
We'll concede this shot to you. We'll concede you coming off a screen. We'll concede you coming off a screen. We'll get a hand to you. Right? We're not going to leave you wide open, but we'll concede you coming on the right side of the floor as you are on the left side of the floor. But with that being said, I'm not going to sit up here and talk to you guys like I didn't watch the Boston Celtics in the NBA Finals play drop coverage on Steph Curry. So let's not sit here and act like teams don't give up shots or concede shots to players because they want to see them do something else, because we can't. We have to give something up. We have to. So a guy like Reed Shepherd.
Fair, that's a bit of a unique. We call it drop coverage because technically it was, but they were playing drop coverage from 30 feet. So it's like, yeah, I guess it's drop coverage technically, but Steph was shooting 30-foot pull-up threes and making them. So it's like, and kind of. Not to mention, that was also because they were trying to
Reed
take
Shepherd
away
is not that kind of
else.
shooter, brother.
They were also trying to take away the 4-on-3s.
No, he's not.
So like they kind of Ime Udoka.
He's a very streaky shooter, though.
I think Ime Udoka bet on, okay, if we don't give up the 4-on-3 advantage, Steph isn't going to make this many 30-foot pull-ups to break our defense. Turns out the greatest shooter ever can do that. So whoopsie. But with Reed Shepherd, I think the opposite. Like they're going to force Reed Shepherd to score from 2. They're going to force him to make 2-point shots, whether that's mid-range stuff, whether that's all the way at the rim, playing in a crowd. That's what they'll force him to do. So I do agree that like defenses will be like, okay, let's see what Reed Shepherd can do to beat us, but it's not going to be from 3 because that's the way he can beat you. But if they be like, okay, well, let's fight over the screen with Reed Shepherd. Let's force him baseline, make him play in a crowd, see if he can make passes over the top or shots over the top. Yeah, sure. So I agree with that, but I just don't think it would be from 3.
Playoff pressure is different. Yo.
This is what it would look like.
Way different.
Fellas, we gotta move on. We gotta get to these crunch time chats because I want to make sure we have more than enough time to do this 2018 redraft. Now, if you guys remember back to 2018, we have some characters. We have a guy who's running around averaging 30 for the 4th straight season. We got another guy that's running around averaging 35. We got another guy who might be getting traded, but he still led the league in assists last year, and he was, 27-10 for multiple seasons, or 27-9, something like that. We got another guy who is in New York going crazy. We got just a lot of high-level players in this draft, and then we also got some bust, like the number 2 overall pick. I wonder if he makes the lottery, but we'll get into that here very soon, and we'll see if the Kings get it right this time. But as of right now, we got crunch time chats, y'all. So let's get into it. The first one that I got is from Drink More Water. Drink More Water said, I'm not fully convinced this OKC defense is even the best defense this decade. I can be swayed, but how would y'all compare this OKC defense to the 2020 Lakers, 2021 Bucks, or even the 2019 Raptors?
3 words: belt to ass. They are better than all 3 of those defenses.
They are.
I agree. But I will say, I remember, like, we are reactionary. I think OKC is warranted. I do think they are the best defense of the group. But I vividly remember the 24 playoffs when Minnesota was smoking Denver. We were asking, is this the best defense since the 08 Celtics on this show? I remember. That was the conversations that were being had because they held Denver to like 100 points or something. Then without Rudy Gobert, they beat Denver by like 13
or whatever.
On this show, we were asking. And then they went the next round and got packed up by the Mavericks and Luka. So like the conversation just never happened again, and everyone just acts like it didn't happen. But I vividly remember, and that was a year before OKC did what they did, and that was a conversation that was being had. It was like, oh, is Minnesota the best defense of the modern era? Are they the best defense since the 08 Celtics? Blah blah blah. And now everyone acts like it didn't happen.
What are you saying, Mars?
I understand why he might be a bit more hesitant with OKC. Now I think they are just better, but Like,
Look,
I
to
can understand.
to the point of like
I was not there for
playoffs
those
versus
episodes.
regular season. I really do think it matters what holds up in the playoffs because, I think this conversation has had many times on this channel about like when I have a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to prepare for you, do the scouting report, figure out your strengths, figure out your weaknesses, and get 1, 2, 3 games to get rhythm against your defense. Does it start to fall apart? Right? Like there's high octane defense that's gimmicky and it has holes. And then when teams start to look at the film, they're like, oh, this is where we can attack. This is where we can attack. So every single playoff game is adjustment. And when a team is able to withstand their defensive efficiency and tenacity for an entire 7-game series, that means we've looked for holes. We thought we found them. We didn't find them. Or we found a hole and then next game they adjusted, and that comes down to coaching, personnel, and so many things. I think this OKC team is truly generational defensively. There really hasn't been another team that employs this level of, size.
Well,
really.
can it be
conventional size?
Can it be said AD was
they
the
just
best?
stacked 7-footers. They stacked wingspan, explosiveness, strength. Like Lou Dort is how tall? 6'4". He plays 7 feet tall. He plays 7 feet tall. Okay. He plays 7 feet tall.
He has
Their defense could get even better in the playoffs.
He plays like a football player is what you're saying. Yeah, I agree.
No, to your point, Damien, that's
he plays like a linebacker.
Yeah, he
what
does.
Damien just said is a fact.
And the reason why, steroid one, by the way.
Just said is a fact.
Go
The
Romanowski.
reason why, Damien, say what you just said again. Say what you just said again.
On the other side of that coin, with the ability to scheme for an opponent for a 7-game series, theoretically, their defense could get even better in the playoffs too.
Yes.
And the reason why is because those matchups make those teams look even more inferior. This might be a team that isn't really that good offensively, but because Oklahoma City is just so good, we can say the same thing for Houston. Houston might get a matchup in the first round where they see a team that's not even that good offensively, and they smoke them, and it looks like Houston's defense is a lot better than what it actually is. It looks a lot better. So, I mean, I think two things can definitely be true. Definitely.
All right, y'all. Moving to the next super chat. It's from the People's 23. Much of the same that's already been said, but the people said belt to ass. Stellar performances from the big three. Talking about the Thunder. The league is in fucking trouble. And y'all better pray to whoever.
Yeah, it is.
We don't get the number 1 pick.
No, they're not.
Thunder.
Yeah, they are. Hey, by the way, how did the Clippers fall off, y'all? I mean, I really don't. No one could have told. That's why. No,
yeah, I didn't expect them to be this bad.
Not like this part. Not like
Norman Powell. How did Lawrence
I thought they were going to be
Frank
really
Norman
good,
Powell?
but I did not expect them to be this bad. Like
Aspiration
at worst was
this
where I
is
was
ridiculous,
at.
man.
Yeah, this is
bad,
crazy, but they'll turn it around. Don't worry.
No, they better, dude. I'm not doing this again. Oh, Darren Peterson, number 2 overall.
This like when the Lakers got James Worthy.
Do you know that if you go to a sports book right now and try to place a bet on Thunder over 60 wins, you can't even place the bet?
Of course not. They're on pace to 90. Like at some point, you can't bet.
You can't even make $1 for $1 to bet.
Ain't nobody taking that action, Penn. Hell no, ain't nobody taking that action.
What is it for 70? Do you have a 70? Is it 70 available?
I think like 2 games ago.
I'll bet you $1.
If it is $81 available, how much can I win for 81 games? If I put $1 on 81, how much do I win?
Taking that action? Hell no.
I mean, their preseason over under was 63, my friend. 63. 63.
Hey, Ron,
they really should be 25
games. I bet you $1 they don't win 72 games. You like chill.
They should, yeah. They should, yeah.
The Blazers.
There's no reason they blew a 20-point lead to Portland. They should be 25-0 right now, but it's cool.
Dante Nadia 7979 said Castle, Harper, and Fox equals Slash Brothers.
Yeah,
Stop sleeping on us.
I do like that.
Wait, whoa.
All I know was they were.
Why does the cell not get included?
Because he's a shooter.
No, he's a slasher too.
No, he's a shooter.
He is a slasher as well.
He's a shooter on this.
He's been a slasher since he was at FSU.
On this team,
why do y'all not believe me when it comes to Devin Vassell? You never listen to me.
I'm listening. I'm telling you what. On this team, he's a shooter. That's what he is.
He's a cutter. He's a cutter as well.
When he get the ball on this team,
open it up to the cutters.
That's his role.
The splash cutters. They put Devin Vassell in there.
That's just
those three were looking at. Those three were looking at
no
Reeves
reason.
and Luka salivating yesterday.
because a lot of times we hear these super chats when we read them, and as fans. How are we to the person who wrote that super chat? You say we sleeping on San Antonio. What do you mean we're sleeping on them? Like how do you think? How okay? So how good?
Who wasn't though? Who wasn't sleeping on San Antonio?
I'm the only one up here who had them going to the finals.
Well, my question is how good do you think?
The whole episode.
You said the Bucks were better than them, Mars. When we had a serious convo,
that was ridiculous.
The Bucks aren't in the West.
Me and Swipe was up here fighting for our lives.
To the finals.
And chill.
What's his point?
Chill, Ron, and somebody else was up here trying to convince us that the Bucks were better than the Spurs. That was ridiculous.
Facts, twin. Look what they tried to do. They tried to put
it was
us in the hole.
actually working until Giannis got hurt. Until Giannis got hurt.
It wasn't.
I said the Spurs going to the finals. I don't know what more you want from me.
It was
never working.
Yes, it was.
It was never working.
It was working. They won 7 of their first 11 games.
I don't care.
They were rolling.
We don't
Stop
care.
Acting like this team wasn't
Matter of
good.
fact, Rod, did you talk about Giannis?
It's a good team. And then Giannis goes out of the lineup and they dropped 8 straight games.
Did you see Giannis talking about telling his team, I can't control if I get traded or not? Boy, that man wanted his cake and eat it too, bro. He got a Disney princess.
Kuzma's interview was funny, Swap. But did you see that? Did you see Kuzma's interview? Because the report came out that Giannis had like a team meeting and said them not to worry, and then Kuzma came out. He's like, I don't remember that happening.
Crazy, bro. Giannis don't want to be a bad guy. That's all that is. Man, I can't control if I get traded or not.
I told y'all 3 years ago he's the NBA's golden boy.
He don't control if he get traded.
He wants to be the golden boy so bad.
Bill Gates is like, hey, I don't control what happened, with my company. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I only own it.
All right, we got another super chat from, you guessed it, Anna Monica Studios. Said the last time we've seen this OKC situation was the 86 Celtics when they got the number 2 pick. Also, remember in 2021 when Jason Tatum was putting up 50?
Let's hope the same thing doesn't happen.
No, why? I mean, at this point, y'all, it would be fun to watch. I mean, because we can't do nothing about it. It'd be fun to watch.
That's not true. That's not the last.
Chill. I want to know if they add Boozer next year and their number 1 overall pick,
then OKC Blue will win the G League championship, right?
Right. Can they win 78 games next year if they're fully healthy and they add Boozer to the roster?
There's a difference between can and will. Like,
why not?
I think right now OKC right now is capable of winning 78 games.
To try and take them down.
What's going to change? I mean, literally, their play style is not going to change.
They don't pursue winning every game.
But the Spurs, remember the Spurs, when they couldn't do it because they were old and dusty. The Warriors were older. They couldn't do it. They just got tired, the next year. Then they added Kevin Durant to ruin their team. So in the regular season. And then they're adding kids. Like these aren't old men. These are kids that are coming to play that have nothing but energy.
It's hard for young players to impact winning right away. Like, it's hard for that to be.
All you got to do is run around with your head cut off and go play football out there like Ox said. Just go box them up.
Actually, I have a press box question for you, Swiper.
Oh my God.
Is this OKC defense better than the 85 Chicago Bears?
Well, the 86 Chicago Bears was even better than that team, but they lost the next year because of some injuries and quarterback play. I mean, for the era?
Yes, relative to their competition.
Yeah, I mean, sure, why not? Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So would you say? I think we're having the wrong conversation. Quite frankly, we have been asking about if this is the best defense.
Oh, so now we're going to ask if this is the best defense in sports history.
Yes. No, the best.
Better than Floyd Mayweather.
No, see individual defense. No, yeah, best defense
team
ever. What's the best team defense ever? But the Ravens carried a bad quarterback to a Super Bowl and won.
73.
The Broncos carried a 9-touchdown, 17 interception Peyton Watson team and won. Peyton Manning team and won. You had the Giants in 86,
Ravens in 2000,
the Bucks in 2003.
Yeah. So the Ravens, Bucks,
the 49ers,
the Arsenal
in 88.
Invincibles.
Yeah,
the Giants in 1986. Make sure you add them. Bill Belichick. And
anyone know anything about hockey? Is there a hockey team that we're forgetting about?
That is not correct,
2010 Alabama.
That super chat is not correct because the Lakers won the NBA championship in 82 and got the first pick in the draft. They got James Worthy.
Yeah, I said that. I said that earlier.
Yeah, but they said Since
no team
86.
has ever been in this position because no team has ever had the pipeline
86 was
of
after 82.
picks that this team has.
Bro, they got
This-
20,000 picks left, bro.
They got so many picks left. They got potentially a top 6 one coming up right now.
Is this the first time a team's ever
And
been in a
by the way,
situation?
Swiper, they got 2 young players coming up in Thomas Sorber and Nikola Topic, who
Mhm.
would probably be starting franchise cornerstones for the Nets for the next 10 years.
Championship.
That's
also-
ridiculous.
It would,
And then
it would
add in
force
the
other
fact-
front officers to get creative to try and take them down. That's what it would do.
Is AJ
It would-
Mitchell
it
the
would
second best
force
player
some
on the
crazy.
Nets? Is AJ Mitchell the second best player on the Nets? Yes, clearly he is the second best player on the Nets.
Oh,
My
okay.
point is the abundance of depth here is insane. Their pick equity, just
Texans
immediate
and
pick
Scott
equity, is
Miller.
insane. Their stockpiling of assets is insane. They're so ahead of the curve, man.
They're living right in Oklahoma City. They are. They're living right.
They are not
When they
living right
lose in
in
the
LA
playoffs,
Clippers.
when they
Right.
lose in the playoffs,
State of
this year-
Oklahoma.
Yeah, you guys. I
living
want
right
you
in
guys to
Oklahoma.
remember everything you guys have said.
Oh,
When
brother.
they lose in the playoffs this year, I want
They're
you
not
guys-
They're
gonna
gonna
lose in the
be
playoffs.
they're
Mars.
gonna be
Information.
sick. They're gonna be sick
Hey,
when they
no,
lose.
you
to
wanna
the
say
Spurs.
Mars.
Nasty,
Mars.
nasty. Oh,
Mars.
my-
Y'all gonna be up
When
here
they
dry
lose,
heaving.
just remember,
I watch-
I'm gonna bring you back to December
watch every
2025.
I can't
I'm
believe
bring
it.
you back.
I watched
I can't
every
believe it.
second of this
Oh,
team play
this is gonna be
yesterday in that
sad.
blowout win, and I walked away with a takeaway that I just had to write down. I said this team plays harder up 40 than most teams do down 4.
Exactly. So when they
down
lose
40 is
in
not
the
like
playoffs,
that's a different situation.
I'm gonna bring you
No,
back.
down 4.
It's not even
versus
that I'm
up
rooting for
40.
OKC
When
to
teams are
lose.
up
This is-
40,
I want
they take their
the
foot off the
Depends on
pedal.
who the team is.
This
down
team
4, 'cause
took
you know
their
they
30-point
control.
lead,
What
turned
this
it to a
team is
40-point
doing
lead,
right
turned
now.
it to a 50-point lead,
Mars,
and then by the grace of
I don't wanna
God, they
get it
turned it to a
confused,
49-point
Mars.
lead to give them some
If the
humility.
Denver Nuggets are fully healthy, I'm going with Denver. It's not.
I actually have
that's-
Denver
that's-
going
We
to
know
that's
it,
not
and you're
happening.
going down with Denver too.
Chill, do you still have the Cavs winning the championship?
No.
Chill.
You have the Cavs making the playoffs?
Chill.
Good
Chill.
one, Tim.
Celtics and Cavs face each other in the first round. Who's winning?
I got it.
Huh?
Oh, okay.
Woo! Jason Tatum
Okay,
got the Achilles injury, by the way.
I got since you brought that up, Mars. This Eastern Conference that we're living in right now, because I'm actually watching it and I'm coming over to the side that it's not as good as I thought it was. I'm coming over to that side. With that
Oh, it
being
only took a
said-
day.
That includes
Wow.
Cleveland.
You can
With
gloat.
that, with that,
Ron.
being,
You
with
can
that,
gloat
with that
for
being said, if you look at the landscape of the Eastern Conference from 1 to 7, is it ridiculous to think that the 7th seed could be in the NBA championship?
Oh man.
That
Is
what?
Cleveland the current 7th seed? Is that who they are?
Okay.
No, actually,
First of
Cleveland's the
all,
8th seed. Cleveland is the 8th seed.
Joe, the reason that the Cleveland Cavaliers were good last
But
year
it-
is the same reason that the Phoenix Suns are good this year. Okay,
Nadim and Jordan.
Jordan
are,
Knott.
right? Facts.
Yeah,
Even though we just
Jordan
lost
Knott.
by 50.
He
but
gone.
that's
their
fine.
offense gone too. Okay, so
Chill.
honestly,
Are you
your,
ready to
your
accept
players
that
are getting exposed right
Evan
now. Okay?
Mobley has gotten passed up by multiple players, including Jalen Johnson this year? Like, can you just? They're not as good.
No,
Scotty Barnes has owned him in every matchup. Can we acknowledge
I
that?
still think
Evan
he's gonna
Mobley's
be
not
in
Yeah,
the
making
Chill said Evan Mobley all NBA.
He's not even making all.
Apparently, I
at
was
this
wrong for
point.
chuckling. I don't know.
He's not making all star.
No, he's not an all-star. No, he's not an all-star.
Jalen Johnson has shot past. I'm talking about Usain Bolt.
Jalen Johnson has shot past him. Jalen Duran has shot past him.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's
Jalen
been a-
Suggs
that's been
has
a
shot
lot
past
of
him.
guys.
That's really
Hey,
how you
what?
work.
Williams has shot past him. There's four.
I think it's crazy that you
Ron,
do.
remember,
technique,
hold on,
yeah.
chill. Ron, remember the cars meme? Like, it's not your
disagree
time's
with that?
over, old man. Like,
Yeah.
hold on. That's exactly what
Can
that
anyone
is.
disagree with any one of those Jalen's passing him? Is Jalen Suggs having a better season? Yes, he is. Is
Jalen Suggs?
Yes, Jalen Suggs.
I don't know.
Why
I
are you
can't
surprised?
say
Evan
that.
Mobley?
You live in
the
Fort
Matrix.
Bragg.
I am in the Matrix right now.
You are not in
Chill.
the Matrix.
Chill.
Jalen
I'm
Suggs
gonna
is
be
awesome.
on it.
Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Brown.
behind him last year.
If you
Jalen
ignore
Brown,
previous
Jalen
seasons and you
Suggs,
just say who's playing
Jalen
better
Johnson,
this year, I don't think it's
Jalen Williams. There are 4 Jalens at least, at minimum.
There's
ahead of
4.
Evan Mobley this
There's
season.
4 Jalen's from the draft in the last 6
Yo,
years.
shout out to Jalen Rose, man.
Oh,
Shout out to
my
Jalen
You ain't
Rose.
see Jalen Green not opening that? Yeah, facts.
Wait, chill. Do you fight that
Jalen
Johnson?
Green for one game.
Yeah,
played
like
one
Jalen
game
Green-
better than
Jalen
Evan
Green for his
Evan
whole
Mobley
season
game
thus
this
far?
year.
He's playing better than Evan Mobley this season, 100%.
So
No
he's
doubt about it.
okay. What? Okay, let's.
Yes.
Anybody else in the Eastern Conference that's like a wing that stepped up?
Jalen
this year?
Brown.
Mikal
Brown
Bridges is
clearly.
playing better than
Jalen
Evan
Brown's
Mobley.
been better than Evan Mobley though.
I think it's
Yeah,
crazy
yeah.
that we talk. I mean, he's still right. I mean, I think
Chet
it's
Chet
interesting
Holmgren, Isaiah Hartenstein.
we still talking
Alvin
about.
Chase.
Said Jalen Duran, right?
I mean, yeah.
Jalen
Duran.
Duran has been
Y'all
better.
ain't said Jalen Duran.
Jalen
yet?
Johnson has been better. Jalen Brown has been better.
Aaron
I
Gordon's been better than him.
100% think Jalen Williams will be better. J Dub, not J Will. That's at least 4.
J-Dub was better.
And we can talk about Jalen Suggs. That's 5. There's 5 Jalen's. We could have an all Jalen team. That's all of those players. Like, yo, can we do that in the All-Star game? Can we do an all Jalen team? They'd all be All-Stars. Can we just do that?
Name them.
JD.
All right, fellas.
Cool, he been decent. He cool. He just
fellas, we do got to pivot though.
Just want to put that out there. So,
we got to pivot because we got to get into our next segment. Before we do that, Big Ox, you got a splash of the day for us?
Actually, yes, I do have a splash of the day. The splash of the day is none other than Audi Crooks. Last night in the battle of Iowa State versus Iowa, she came with her 3rd straight 30-point game, 30 points and 10 rebounds. She has been the fastest to get to 300 points. It was a great game. If y'all missed it, I saw most of it. I don't know how they don't let. She has to touch the ball down every possession. She doesn't, but I don't know why. Every time they go down the court, she needs to touch the ball. But that's the splash of the day. She's absolutely balling this year, terrorizing the NC2A right now. Shout out to Audi Crooks.
If you never watched basketball before and you've seen her, Ox, make it make sense. I'm trying to make sense of it because I don't know what the hell it is.
She's too big and she has amazing footwork. To be that big, she moves like a ballerina.
What the fuck? Like she doesn't look like I don't. It doesn't make sense with me.
Why?
Can it translate?
I've never seen nobody.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I've never seen nobody trap on the block like that.
What do you mean trap?
Never, yo.
I've never seen
hand-to-hand transaction swiper.
Hey, I've never seen nobody on the block
curb serving
like that.
Every
single bucket. Swipe.
No, respect Baylor. Respect
we don't
Baylor.
have to do
Brittany Griner. Respect Baylor.
No,
not like
no,
this,
it's nothing like this. Swiper. It's nothing like this.
Never seen nobody trap like
Absolutely
that.
Absolutely
not. Whatever you want. You pull up to this block, you get whatever you want.
Oh, yo.
Nah, y'all tripping.
Hey,
Audi is crazy.
No.
Swiper, she got that. She even got that Jokic over the shoulder.
Yeah, for sure. She's crazy skill. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
But the thing about it,
I didn't even know she had that.
Every single bucket's on the block. Every single bucket is with her back to the basket. I've never seen nobody with every single bucket they get, they're starting with their back to the basket. I've never seen this. I haven't.
Yes, you
everybody
have,
else, you'll get
Jabbar do it. What are you talking about?
It wasn't no. Jabbar get transition buckets. He'll get chill. Everything she does, she starts on the post with her back to the basket in the same position. I've never seen it like this. Chill.
And also. She's also getting more fit and better shape. She's dropped 45 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So
she was bigger than this?
Yes.
What?
Absolutely, yes. Yes, chill.
She was almost 50 pounds heavier than this.
Yeah, she was. But the thing about it though, she's really nimble. Like she got that up and under. She got that bounce spin, and like I said, she got that.
Did she have 31 rebounds the other day, Ox?
That
was another girl.
No, that was from North Texas. Girl from North Texas. She had 32 and 31.
How tall is she legit?
I don't know exactly her measurements.
On paper, she's listed at 6'3".
Okay, I was thinking 6'4", 6. Yeah, so 6. I mean, she's huge though. Chill, like just a big body, and she has good footwork. She has great touch. I mean, if they gave her the ball more, chill, like. She could give you 50, like, because it's like chill. Like I said, if I'm coaching the Iowa State team, it's a cross screen, give her the ball every possession,
And by the way, Ox,
the only way she doesn't touch the ball is when she's on the bench.
Make sure you know they have tried. We've all seen like girls or guys that were really big, like heavy set kids that you try to get them trained up to work in the post. It never works. Because they just didn't have the skills, the work, any of that. Audie is 6'2", whatever she is, stronger than everybody. It's more skilled than everybody, and she wants it. She wants every possession. I mean, that's like crazy, bro. She's gonna be crazy in WNBA, y'all.
Yeah, her father was a baller too. So comes sometimes just pedigree. You know what I mean? So
good pedigree.
Yeah, that's what I got.
All right. Oh, and that was the splash of the day. And you guys need to go ahead and make a splash of the day as well by downloading the Splash Sports app. You could do that by clicking the link in the bio or scanning this QR code on the screen. And you have some advantages over at Splash Sports that you just don't get anywhere else. When you use Splash Sports' Quick Picks, which is their new DFS game, where you pick more or less on at least 2 or more players, they give you fair matchmaking, so you're not competing against the house. You're competing against actual people. Then you have more strategy because since you're competing against other people, you can find a diverse range of lines that can outsmart your other people that you're playing against. So you can find the players that you know that these people aren't picking, and you can outsmart them. And also, you have better odds because you don't need to get every pick right. If you make 5 picks, you don't have to get all 5 picks right. You just have to get more correct picks than the other bozos that you're playing against. So new users, you can use code PLAYER for a deposit match of up to $50 and 100% boost on your first entry. Hit build your quick picks, and let's see who really knows ball. All right, fellas, let's go ahead and get into it. It is time to get into our redraft. Before we get into this, fellas, I want to go ahead and put this on the screen so we can refresh our memory on what actually happened in this draft. So these are the names that we're dealing with. We will only pick the top 14, might even be top 10 because we are in a time crunch. But remember, this is when DeAndre Ayton went first to the Phoenix Suns. Marvin Bagley went second to the Kings. Luka Doncic went first to the Atlanta Hawks. Jaren Jackson Jr. went fourth. Trae Young went fifth. Obviously, Trae and Luka were traded for each other, but Trae went fifth. Mohamed Bamba went sixth. Wendell Carter seventh. Colin Sexton, young bull eighth. Kevin Knox, Kevin Knox.
I thought Kevin Knox was going to be something.
Mikal Bridges went 10th to the Sixers. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, some guy named Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, went 11th to the Charlotte Hornets, but they ended up trading him for Miles Bridges to the Clippers, and Miles Bridges went the pick after him, number 12 to the Clippers. Jerome Robinson, 12 to the Clippers. Michael Porter Jr. went 14 to the Nuggets. That was how the lottery panned out. Some other notable names: Dante DiVincenzo went 17 to the Bucks. Lonnie Walker, shout out my dog Lonnie Walker, went 18 to the Spurs. Kevin Huerter, 19 to the Atlanta Hawks. Who else we got? Grayson Allen went 21st to the Utah Jazz. Anthony Simons, 24th to the Blazers. I'm assuming that he'll be somewhere in this. Mo Wagner, 25th to the Lakers. Landry Shamet, 26th to the 76ers. This was a good draft, y'all. Robert Williams, 27th to the Celtics. Let's see.
Robinson.
My dog Musa. Hey, Musa in the EuroLeague giving people hell. I didn't know he went 29th this year. Shout out Musa. I'm also going to jump into the second round so we can see about this. Okobo, he plays in the EuroLeague right now. Jalen Brunson.
Other Jalen who's better than Evan Mobley. My God, I forgot about Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson potentially will go top 5 in this draft, but we'll just have to see. He went 33 to the Dallas Mavericks. Who else we got? Mitchell Robinson, 36 to the Knicks. He's still there right now. Shout out Mitch. Gary Trent Jr., 37 to the Kings. Jared Vanderbilt, 41 to the Magic. Yeah. Bruce Brown, 42 to the Pistons. Justin Jackson. DeAnthony Melton, 46 to the Rockets. Svi, 47 to the Lakers.
Okay.
Chemezi, 49 to the Spurs. And
he ain't making a lottery.
Man, shout out Chemezi, man.
Where we at right
Thomas
now?
Welsh. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Kostas Antetokounmpo. Hey, maybe he goes lottery because you never know. You might be able to lure Giannis in or whatever the case is. But that's what we have right there, fellas. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to put this on the screen. Fellas, we are going to vote on who it's going to be. I need everybody to be timely. So I hope you guys already know who you're going to pick, when you're going to pick them, why you're going to pick them. We also are picking for these same exact teams. So I have the team order up here right now. So the first pick will still be the Suns. Then you got the Kings. Then you got the Hawks, Grizzlies, Mavs, etc., etc. Remember, this is 2018, but this is knowing what you know now. Who would you pick?
Man, I'm not picking for fit, yo. I'm picking by best player.
and we could do that as well.
So I'm still taking Marvin Bagley #1. Okay.
Just in case it matters to anybody, Kenrich Williams and Gabe Vincent were also technically part of this draft class, but they went undrafted.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Shout out to them.
Maybe it does. Gabe Vincent.
Shout out to them. Ron, you said we're on a time crunch. It's about Kenrich Williams.
Let's get to it, Ron.
All right, so we have the Phoenix Suns #1 overall. We got some names out there, fellas. Who are we rocking with? I'm gonna go around the room and you guys talk to me. Ox, you said you're picking best player available, so talk to us. Who you got?
Luka Doncic.
All right, we got 1 for Luka. Mars, who you got?
2 for Luka.
2 for Luka. Chill, who you got?
SGA.
1 for SGA. Hold on, fellas. Just give me a second. Pin, who you got?
SGA.
All right, we got 2 for SGA, 2 for Luka. Damian, who you got?
Luka.
3 for Luka. Swiper, who you rocking with?
In this hypothetical, was Michael Porter Jr. had back surgeries?
I actually think that's a valid question. I'm not.
No, but we know what we know now. So everything that we know now, we know. We know that he's gonna.
Because if this was no back surgery, Michael Porter Jr. Ox.
Yeah, but
I would have changed.
we can't go there.
I'm doing SGA.
All right, so we have a tie between SGA and Luka, and based on what we know now, Luka being who he is, he may have a higher ceiling, but he also has a much lower floor than SGA. I think that SGA, due to consistency, due to what he's done the last 4 seasons, and due to I think he has just a couple.
Luka really
he has more winning traits than Luka. So I'm gonna go with SGA goes #1 in the redraft.
Damn, W Ron.
All right. The next pick, we have the Sacramento Kings on the clock. Can we just? Is this a sweep?
I got Marvin
Maybe
Bagley.
for you.
All right.
It's the Sacramento Kings.
Marvin
Ron.
Bagley.
We are obviously picking Mitchell Robinson at #2.
That's not a bad pick.
Knowing what we know now. Knowing what we know now.
Ron.
Knowing what we know now, the Kings would still take Marvin.
Bagley. It was the right. It was the right pick. It was the right pick when we made it. I'm sticking by it. Marvin Bagley.
2 for Marvin.
You being serious?
No, not if Mars is gonna troll. I can't do that. I can't do that.
Is Vlade still running the draft room, or we're running the draft room?
Well, I'm gonna stick with Marvin.
The draft room.
I'm gonna stick with Marvin because I know everybody else is gonna say Luka. So
you guys can be little.
We're on a time crunch over 2 right now. By the way,
no,
it's okay.
If you guys let me and Ox pick Marvin Bagley, it would be 4-2. I don't know what about it.
All right, Damian, who you got?
Come on, Damian.
Well, SJ's gone 1. I got Luka 2, obviously.
Pin, Swiper,
big
Chill.
Luke.
We can disagree that this is Luka.
Luke Nasty, #2.
Yes.
All right, Luka Doncic, #2.
You guys are such haters.
To the Sacramento.
They finally got it right.
that was
what they
the
were
right
supposed
pick.
to do.
All right, this is where things may get interesting.
Marvin Bagley was the best player in the country, in the world.
Because Luka was playing in Europe. Yeah, that's right.
EuroLeague MVP. Okay.
#3.
#3, the Atlanta Hawks. SGA goes 1, Luka goes 2. Now, who are we rocking with?
What was the rock? Does it
Jalen
matter like what
Brunson.
the Hawks roster was like back then?
Let's go with the best player.
I thought that mattered.
Let's just go with the best player.
Picking SGA to go next to Devin Booker, so I was just like, you guys just going on vibes clearly. So
I think let's just go with the best player, y'all. Let's not even try to do the fit and all
Ox
that.
is saying Jalen Brunson, so we got 1 for Jalen Brunson. Chill. Who do you got?
Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson, okay. Damian, you have a pick?
Jalen Brunson as well.
Swiper, Mars, Pin, are you guys all saying Jalen
Brunson.
Brunson too? Over Trae Young, which is disgusting, but is this what you guys are saying?
I got Trae.
I got Jalen.
All right. Well, it looks like Jalen Brunson is going #2 or #3. So we have 3 point guards taken off the board with the first 3 picks. #1, we got the Suns taking SGA. #2, Luka is going to the Kings. #3, Jalen Brunson is going to the Atlanta Hawks. We have the Grizzlies at 4 on the clock. Who are they taking?
I gotta take Trae Young, man.
Trae Young.
I got Mikal Bridges.
That's a
All
good
right, so
pick.
we got 2 for Trey. Ox, you seriously got Mikal?
Yeah, I'm serious. I got Mikal.
All right, we got 1 for Mikal. Damian, who are you taking?
Trae Young.
So
I'm super low on Trae Young. I think y'all know
I
that.
got MPJ.
Swiper, you took Trey?
no.
All right, so we got 2 for Trey. That's Penn and Damian. Swiper, who are you taking?
Right here, I will probably go. I'll go Jaren Jackson Jr.
Triple J still? Okay.
Big ass can't even read, man.
Mars, you're really taking MPJ?
DPOY, sir. Defense
Go
matters.
MPJ.
All
He
right,
deserve it.
MPJ. So we got 1 for Jaren, 1 for MPJ, 1 for Mikal Bridges. Trey or Chill. Who do you got?
Not Jaren Jackson. I'm sorry, DeAndre Ayton.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
I like that.
Oh, God.
All right.
Okay, Ron,
1
you
for
breaking the tie?
I actually forgot.
No,
he
there
was in
there
the
is
draft.
there is no
Yeah, me
tie.
too.
I actually
I forgot about
he was in the
DeAndre.
draft.
as well.
Oh, there is no tie.
did-
So Trae
Yeah,
Young
it's
wins.
Trey Young,
Perfect.
which was the logical pick anyways. But
Everything you
Ayton
know about
over
your
Bridges?
DeAndre Ayton brain, and you're just
Ayton over Bridges, Ayton over Michael Porter Jr. Ayton
Bridges.
ain't going top 8 for me. Is Gershon
All right.
Yabusele in this draft?
Oh my goodness.
Take him too.
So we have right now SGA, Luka, Jalen Brunson, Trey Young at 5 to the Dallas Mavericks. Who are we rocking with? Are you guys all sticking with your same picks?
I got MPJ. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick
Mars
with
has
Mikal, yeah.
MPJ.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Uh,
Jaren Jackson Jr.
all right, Damian, you got Jaren Jackson. Penn,
I got
who do you
Jaren.
have?
I got Jaren.
All right, Swiper, you chose Jaren.
Damien and I are voting in a block. We are the Commonwealth countries, and we must vote. As,
I wonder
as
what's
one.
the commonality here.
I think.
Commonwealth countries.
Commonwealth from what resources?
MPJ with a year of tutelage
Oh
on the
my
top.
We're the same
goodness.
Penn,
I
except
thought you
the
were
Serbian.
Serbian, Penn.
I am Serbian. Commonwealth. Canada.
I know.
Australia.
I know.
They're both Commonwealth countries.
I understand that, Penn. Thank you. I thought you
That
were
was
going to
England.
represent Serbia.
England's
All
coming
right,
out.
Jaren Jackson Jr. is number 5. Now we have the Orlando Magic on the clock. SJ's off the board. Luka's off the board. Brunson's off the board. Trey Young's off the board. Jaren Jackson Jr.'s off the board. Chill. Are you sticking with DeAndre?
No,
Ayton going
he's
number
not.
6?
Yes, he is.
Why?
All right. Chill got.
We
Chill
don't have
got
time to
DeAndre.
ask why. We don't have time to ask why.
Got time to deliver.
Damian, who do you have number 6?
We don't.
Number 6, I've got Michael Porter Jr.
Okay.
About
Mars, you
time.
stick with MPJ?
Oh,
Yeah,
this is
about
tough.
All right, we got 2 MPJs.
Is
I
Penn,
got
Mikal Bridges
Mikal.
who
off
do
the
you
board?
got?
Mikal's
No,
off
I
the
got-
board?
Mikal's still available.
Mikhail's still there, y'all. The defense thing. Yeah, that's the only thing.
The
yeah.
Commonwealth had fallen. Mikal Bridges.
Yeah,
All right, Oxen, you're still sticking with Mikal, so that's 2 Mikals.
Okay.
Swiper, who you got?
I got Mikal.
You got Mikal. All right, Mikal Bridges is 6th in this redraft.
So basically, this is Penn's redraft because I've been right on every single one. Dope.
Sure, team is
Shout out
drafting
to Penn.
Mikal
He knows
Bridges
ball.
over MPJ.
Was Miles Bridges this draft too? Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Miles
Yeah, he
Bridges
was.
is this draft.
Yeah, he was.
All right,
Everything was.
Chill. You're still sticking with DeAndre Ayton?
Yes.
Boy, about to be sitting there a
Mars
long
and
time.
Damian, you're still sticking with Michael Porter
PJ.
Jr.
Yeah, Michael Porter.
I don't even know what
Jr.
team is. I've got MPJ until he makes it.
Yeah, I got
I'm also going with MPJ.
Jay-Z.
All right.
Wait,
I will
who
also
just
go with
made it? Who
MPJ.
just made it? Bridges?
Yeah,
Yeah, Mikal Jr.
Who was
Bridges.
number 6? Yeah, I got MPJ.
That
Yeah.
was Jaren, right?
MPJ.
Jaren was 5th, MPJ was 6th, and now then
Mikal was 6, MPJ 7.
Mikal was 6. Yeah, MPJ is 7. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Here's how it's looking right now, fellas.
W host.
Yeah, right. Swiper. W.
That's what we're looking at in the redraft so far. The top 7 picks. Now at number 8. Who
For the
are we
Cleveland
rocking
Cavaliers.
So
I have
Miles,
DeAndre Ayton. That's what
DeAndre Ayton, right here.
I have DeAndre Ayton.
We could look at DeAndre Ayton here. And then we could
Well,
look away from DeAndre Ayton,
DeAndre Ayton.
and draft a real dog in Mitchell Robinson and just reach off the
Yeah.
off the board.
Who
Who
you
you got?
got?
I'm drafting
Who
DeAndre
would you rather
Ayton.
have right now, Mitch Robertson or Ayton?
Mitchell Robinson.
With Demontis
His
hurt, I'd
funky-ass
rather have
free throw
DeAndre, I'd
aside.
rather have Aiden with Demontis hurt. If Demontis is healthy, then I'll go with Mitchell Robinson though.
So as
I
of
had
right now,
DeAndre
Chill,
Ayton,
you
yeah.
got DeAndre Ayton still.
I do.
I got DeAndre
Swiper,
Ayton
who are you
here as
rocking
well.
with? All right, we got 2 for DeAndre.
What? But he's not even better than Mitchell. Like that doesn't make any
Well,
sense.
who you going for? Swiper?
Yes, he is, Swiper.
No, he's not better than Mitchell
Yes,
Robinson.
he is.
No, he isn't.
DeAndre Ayton is
What is he
better
better at?
than
What is he better
Mitchell.
at? What is he better at?
What is Mitchell better at than him? Go.
Rebounding, defense,
Okay, that's
rim
it.
protection,
Keep
all
going.
of it.
Keep going. What else?
Free throw shooting.
That's a lot. That's a lot of things.
Defensive rebounding? No, he's not.
I think Mitchell
Defensive,
Robinson's
offensive
shooting, like,
rebounding, all of it.
He's a
What do you
better
mean? He's a
rebounder.
better
That's
defensive
it.
player.
Even though
The Lakers-
DeAndre
Way
Ayton
better
is a
than
double-digit
That's
rebounder.
nasty.
Even though
That's
DeAndre
nasty.
Ayton is a double-digit rebounder.
Hey, Ron.
Mitchell Robinson's very obviously
Ron.
a better rebounder than.
It don't really matter because
He
we got
wasn't.
four. We got four. We
Yeah,
got
so
four
I
for
don't-
DeAndre Ayton. So let's move. I got DeAndre,
DeAndre Ayton
Four
won.
for
Yeah, I
DeAndre.
don't know where
Nothing these two can do about it.
the right vote is DeAndre Ayton, but I don't feel good about it.
All right, Pen. It's
That's
all
some
right, my
hater
friend.
shit.
I got Mitch.
All right, well, we got 3 for DeAndre, right?
You got four
Four
for
for
DeAndre,
four for DeAndre.
or
You got it.
five.
All right,
whatever.
DeAndre Ayton is in the building. He's pulling up at number 8 to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Thomas Robinson goes number 8 overall in the redraft. Sheesh.
I don't like the way
Alright,
you guys
what?
do redrafts. That's I just don't agree with you guys' philosophy. So
Ron, let me get Miles Bridges. It's about that time.
All right, Miles Bridges, we got 1 for most.
Give me Robert Williams.
Not
Shout
bad at
out Big
Robert
I was
Rob.
Williams.
thinking about Robert Williams.
Shout out Big Rob.
All right, so we got
Colin
1 for
Sexton's
Rob.
in
We
this
got
draft,
1 for
yes?
Miles Bridges. He
Yeah.
was
Yes,
in
he
this
is.
draft. Yeah. He was number 8, actually. I think he was he would have went last pick to the Cavs.
So other notable names also left on the board: Kevin Herter,
Dante DiVincenzo.
Grayson Allen, Miles Bridges, Colin Sexton, Gary Trent, Anthony Simons, Mo Bamba.
Anthony.
Mohammed.
You would
This
rather
draft
have
really dies
DeAndre
out
Ayton and
after
Dante
that second.
DiVincenzo on your roster right now?
I'd draft DeAndre Ayton over Dante DiVincenzo.
Would you
Sure.
just consider
Sure.
okay, like we're
It's too late.
redrafting.
DeAndre's already there.
Yeah.
Get over it. Let's move on. Who's next?
Yeah, so we
I'll go
got
Marvin
1 for
Bagley.
Mitchell Robinson.
I'll go Marvin Bagley.
Or not Mitchell Robinson. We got 1 for 1 for Marvin, 1 for Robert Williams, 1 for Miles Bridges. Swiper, are you staying with Mitchell Robinson?
Yeah, I'll stay.
All right, chill. Who are you rocking with?
Mikal Bridges.
Mikel's on the
No,
board.
Mikel's already
Miles,
off the board.
Miles Bridges.
Miguel or
is on the
Miles?
board.
Miles.
Yeah.
It's
Hold on.
Miles
Let me
Bridges
show you the board.
That's still on.
I thought Mikal Bridges was still on the board. I'm sorry.
Nah, Mikal went
He
6.
should have been.
Miles
He
is still
went,
on the
He
board.
went 6 to the Magic. He went 6 to the Magic. So the Knicks at number what? Number 9?
9.
They
Colin
took
Sexton.
Kevin Knox in real life, so you know.
So you can't do worse than that.
Colin
I
Sexton.
mean, you could
We
just
have Miles,
retake him.
Miles Bridges, Colin Sexton, Robert Williams, Mitchell Robinson, Marvin Bagley are still on the board. Chill.
I'll take Colin
Dante
Sexton.
DiVincenzo too. Colin Sexton. Okay.
Colin
Frank
over
Ntilikina and Colin Sexton backcourt.
Gee
Mitch?
Louise.
All right, Damian.
Okay.
Who are you rocking with?
Miles Bridges.
Miles Bridges. Okay, Miles Bridges will make it here at number 9, and I'm not mad at that pick. Love Miles Bridges here.
Okay, I'm going with Mitchell Robinson next just to get him off the board. I feel like this is disrespectful at this point, so I'm just going to vote for Mitchell Robinson, even though I want to vote for Robert Williams.
All my picks are going to be Marvin Bagley
Why?
All right, so you
Marvin balling right
because the way I do redrafts isn't the way you do redrafts.
So you do
Pitt,
them wrong.
so you got Mitchell Robinson.
No, I just
Yep.
don't think the way the people's careers unfolded is the way they would unfold in every single universe.
So then pick Mo Bamba.
He did. To be fair, he did
No,
say.
I didn't believe in Mo Bamba. At the
To be
time.
fair, he did say like knowing.
He said
everything
based on what you
now.
know now, and what I know now is how talented Marvin Bagley is. So I'm betting on the talent. What I know
Super
now
talented,
isn't Shea turns
super
into
talented.
Shea in every perceivable universe. Shea
That's fair.
having Chip England in OKC is a huge reason for his shooting development. In Phoenix, he doesn't have that. So do I think he turns into the level of mid-range scorer that he became? Maybe not. Do I think he becomes into the level of three-point shooter he's become? Maybe not, which is why I'm going to bet on Luka achieving a higher ceiling in more perceivable universes than what Shea did. So in a redraft, I'm betting on talent and how I think it will fit in multiple situations, in multiple teams. So I went with Luka over Shea.
It's worth
even if I
noting-
think Shea right now is a better player.
We need to nail the.
That's how I do
criteria.
it.
It's worth noting
is why I'm
that
betting on
Monty
MPJ
Williams,
over
Monty
Mikal
Williams,
Bridges.
Darko Rajakovic, and Chris Paul would still be in his orbit. So even if you
Imagine
wouldn't have
that with
Chip-
Luka Doncic.
I understand that, Yeah, I got you. I
So that's the way I do redrafts isn't the way you guys do redrafts.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, we don't have time to argue, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I do.
All right, so I got one for Mitchell Robinson. Who else chose Mitchell Robinson last pick? That was you, Swiper?
I'm taking him this time though.
All right, so we got 3 for Mitchell Robinson. Damian, you staying with
Colin Sexton here.
Colin Sexton. Chill, you staying with Colin Sexton?
Yes, sir.
All right, and Mars has Marvin Bagley. So as of right now, it is Mitchell Robinson. That is the next pick.
Dope.
Okay.
All right, Mitchell Robinson's off the board at 10. Who do we have at number 11?
That's tough because same concept that Mars was bringing up. I can make an argument for if he doesn't go to the worst franchise in the Eastern Conference, he turns out better, and that's Wendell Carter Jr.
No, he's not better than Marvin Bagley.
A good one.
No, he's not better than Marvin Bagley.
You know what? I'm betting on
Sacramento
7-7 wingspan.
ruined him. Charlotte would ruin him too.
I'm gonna bet on 7-7 wingspan.
Now we're gonna act like we're betting on team needs when all this time we just been drafting the best players available.
Ruin him too.
Now we're gonna act like, oh yeah, team.
And it wasn't that Chill. He was getting hurt.
They had no
All
idea.
Right, Chill and Damian, are you guys both staying with the Hornets? Where he's at right now?
I'd actually like to trade my pick and move down if I have this pick because I don't want to pick.
Yes, Sexton. Yes,
because I think they're going to wreck. I do.
All right, Chill. Are you staying with Colin Sexton?
I want to stick with Sexton, but I think they're going to wreck him. I do.
So who do you want to pick?
They're going to wreck everyone. By the way.
Yeah.
You know. Why is Anthony Simons not getting love here if Colin Sexton is?
That's a good
valid question.
He's my next one.
No.
He's
Anthony Simons.
He's my next one.
Anthony Simons, absolutely. I'm taking Anthony Simons right here. Thank you, Ping. I forgot about him.
Ox got Anthony. Mars, you still staying with Marvin? Mm-hmm. Swiper, who are you rocking with? Anthony. All right. Ox, you went with Anthony?
Yeah.
Pin, you went with Anthony?
Yeah.
All right. Anthony Simons is the number 11 pick.
3-level scoring, man. I hope the defense is better this time around.
And he did say he wasn't coached on defense in Portland. So if you send him to a franchise that emphasizes defense,
Charlotte ain't it.
Offense. Yeah, that's what. But you guys haven't been drafting for fit the whole time. But like, if you guys were to do that, maybe you do get a different player in Anthony Simons.
Probably a little higher on Dante than the
talent at IMG when I watched him in high school was very obvious. Like he was insanely fluid, very talented, great scorer. So
the talent in Portland is very obvious.
Fellas, stick with me. We got just 3 more picks before we can get through this.
Can we get Dante consideration here, y'all?
Has Robert Williams been taken?
Yes.
No, Robert Williams, Wendell Carter Jr., Colin Sexton, Marvin Bagley, Dante DiVincenzo have not been taken.
Mo Wagner.
Yeah.
Okay. Mo Wagner. Okay. I got. You know what? I'm gonna go with a different Mo. I got Mo Bamba. I am betting on upside. Okay, I am betting on long arms and hand-eye coordination and tracking and Kevin Garnett's endorsement pre-draft.
So you're really taking Mo Bamba?
I'm legitimately taking Mo Bamba. Give me Mo Bamba.
All right, we got one from Mo Bamba.
Ron, I got a question for you. How many of you guys got a song about them? 0. That's how many. My guy got a song about him.
Mars, you sticking with Marvin?
Marvin. Shout out Sheck West.
All right, Swiper, who you got?
Colin still on the board.
Colin, Wendell, Robert Williams, Dante DiVincenzo.
Man, let me just draft how I like
Mo Wagner.
I'm just gonna go with Wendell. I like Wendell. He's a good player.
All right, Wendell gets Sexton. 1. You got Sexton. All right, Sexton gets 1. Chill. Who are you taking?
Sexton.
All right, Colin Sexton is going. Who did you choose right here?
Mo Wagner.
Okay.
What pick was Sexton in real life? Like 8?
He was 8. Yeah, to the Cavs.
Yeah. Went to the Cavs.
That 3-on-5 game turned a lot of heads, man.
All right, number 13, the Los Angeles Clippers are picking again. They just got Colin Sexton. But who else? Who do you guys have going off the board now? We got Robert Williams.
This was the pick they took Jerome Robinson in real life, right?
Yeah.
I got Rob Williams. Give me Rob Williams.
That one ain't good, great.
What team is this one?
I'm not going to get any consensus for Mo Bamba, so let me stop wasting my pick. I got Rob Williams.
Marvin Bagley.
Yeah, that's 2.
All right, 2 for Marvin.
Rob Williams.
1 for Robert.
I got Wendell.
Wendell. 1 for Wendell.
Man, Marvin was carrying his ass all through
2
the
for
season.
Wendell.
That dude.
2 for Wendell. Chill. Who are you rocking with? You have Robert Williams on the board, Dante DiVincenzo, Mo Bamba, Marvin Bagley, and Wendell Carter Jr.
Yeah, Robert Williams is really good for that group. Yeah, I'll take Robert Williams.
All right, we have a 3-way tie between Robert Williams, Wendell Carter Jr., and Marvin Bagley. I'm going to take Wendell Carter Jr. He's been a better NBA player than Marvin Bagley, and he's been more consistent than Robert Williams. So I'm going to have to rock with Wendell.
I don't know if he's
Number 14, the last pick of the lottery. We got one more pick, y'all. This is the Denver Nuggets. So let's definitely draft Troy Brown. No, Zaire.
They love
Chandler
Bruce Brown
Hutchinson.
so much.
Ah, that's right, Mars. Hey, Bruce Brown really ain't a bad pick right here, though.
No,
They love Bruce
Wendell
Brown
just
so
go?
much.
Wendell
He
just
better than
went?
Westbrook.
Yeah, Wendell just went.
Robert
off the board,
Williams
yeah.
is still there.
Robert
Robert
Williams.
Rim Pro next to Yoke. Let's do it. Yeah, let's recall Tim Connolly.
Yeah.
This is
Y'all
Mason
need
Plumlee
y'all
Jokic
need
minutes
Marvin
this year.
Bagley.
Dante
Y'all need Marvin
DiVincenzo
Bagley.
really.
That's where I'm at.
cold
That's
I
here.
like Dante too.
If you're
Dante.
focusing fit, Robert Williams probably makes the most sense.
But Dante's
Great
cold,
Grayson
bro.
Allen, DeAnthony Melton, Kevin Herter, Mo Wagner. These are guys who are still on the board. Dante DiVincenzo, and obviously Rob Williams.
Grayson
These are
gets no love.
You know, but is
Marvin
it more
Bagley.
valuable here, Mars, to get somebody that can play with Jokic more or play without Jokic more?
Well, Robert Williams can play the 4.
Yeah, but with. But wouldn't that be
because
Dante more? Because you can use him in more settings than you would have Robert Williams here.
I feel like Robert Williams.
I don't know. Maybe I'm higher on Robert Williams, like help side, rim protection, passing.
And he lead the country in rebounds. So I think
He's not Aaron Gordon, but like offensively, he's like dunker spot. He's like your Fareed, like offensively. That's what he'll do.
Yeah.
I'm
And then
taking Dante,
defensively,
man.
he's
And you've never seen him with a passer like Jokic either. Like Jokic would open him up a lot. So,
but yeah.
Yo, so Damian, who you got? Definitely pause. Damian, who you got?
I got Dante, man.
Y'all
You
immature.
got Dante? All right, we got one for Dante. Pin, since you want to be mature, who you got right here?
Y'all pausing on open him up.
Pin,
Yes.
we gotta go. Who
Absolutely.
you got?
So if I said I want to open you up, that's not a.
Yo,
Marvin Bagley's still my pick, by the way. But yeah.
It
All
does sound pretty
Another one
weird
for
coming
Marvin.
from you. Pause. Okay. I got Rob Williams.
All right, we got one for Rob. Chill. Who are you taking? Denver Nuggets
DiVincenzo.
14.
Yeah, well, we got
Dante
Dante.
DiVincenzo. You got Dante too, Swiper?
Yeah, I got Dante.
Big Ox, who would you take right here?
Robert Williams.
Robert Williams. All right, well, it looks like Dante DiVincenzo is on the board. Robert Williams, you did not get picked in the lottery, buddy. You should have stayed healthy.
Shout out to Marvin
Any of y'all know how to spell
Bagley, man.
DiVincenzo?
Yep.
D-I-V-I-N-C-E-N-Z-O.
DiVincenzo. That was synced up. Nice.
Just put double D.
Get that Italian blood. in it.
Ron.
Shout out Double D
Phonics,
for real.
Ron. DiVincenzo.
Phonics, this ain't a man. This not no.
Well, to be
English
fair, I
word.
mean, if someone says Chen, I expect a H to be in there, but you know.
Is he? He's Italian? Is Dante Italian? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yes.
DiVincenzo.
He is one.
DiVincenzo.
It's not pronounced Senzo. It's pronounced Chenzo.
DiVincenzo. Like Ronald.
He is one of
Put
us.
some
yeah.
D's on that.
Ron Terrius. Ron Terrius.
All right, y'all. Well, that is our redraft. Let me go ahead and put this on the screen.
Ron
so you guys can see
Terrius,
it.
Ron Quavion wasn't taken. Okay, cool.
Now that's
This is the redraft right here. We're gonna start at the top. At the top, we got SGA going to the Suns. We got Luka going number 2 to the Sacramento Kings. We got Jalen Brunson going 3 to the Atlanta Hawks. At number 4, Trae Young comes off the board to the Memphis Grizzlies. At 5, Triple J's non-rebounding ass will be over there playing some defense, though, with the Mavericks. At number 6, the Orlando Magic will take Mikal Bridges. At number 7, we got MPJ going to the Chicago Bulls. At number 8, DeAndre Ayton will take his talents to the Cavs. At number 9, the New York Knicks will welcome in Miles Bridges. At number 10, Mitchell Robinson to the Sixers. 11, Anthony Simmons to the Charlotte Hornets. Number 12.
Anthony who, Ron? Anthony who?
Simmons.
Simmons. At number 12, Colin Sexton will go to the Los Angeles Clippers. At number 9, or at number 13, my bad. At number 13, Wendell Carter Jr. to the Clippers again. So the Clippers get a dynamic duo of Colin Sexton and Wendell Carter Jr. And at number 14, last but not least, Dante DiVincenzo to the Mile High City.
So that means in the Kawhi, Paul George trade, they get Colin Sexton instead of Shea, and we save the NBA.
By the way, Ron,
put some D's on that beat.
Got a C.
Just bought a better
not C-O, not Co. So.
Got you. I'll go make some revisions to that. But that's what we got in our 2018
Wait, Ron. Who typed that up for you? Was it your cousin again? Your cousin typed that up for you?
And Colin is 2 L's.
That's a callback. That's a callback.
I had to lay my cousin off because of what she did last time. So
okay, now we found out that Ron's cousin is really Ron. Okay, cool.
Terrible, ladies and gentlemen.
But I might bring her back on the
Ron
stage,
sucks.
You never know.
He's terrible.
Ron, yo, chill. Every time you say Ron, next time we meet, we boxing. Can y'all read a dictionary?
Wait, hold on, no, Ron. Which cousin? Just saying, I might be hiring. All right, but then
you're looking for an
all right, so we about to go ahead and get into these last super chats today. So let's make it happen.
Sir.
We are going to start with none other than, you guessed it, Anna Monica Studios said, I hope we get to see Wemby back for that OKC game with all of this Chet DPOY talk. Also, Mars, I think guys who could have been a what if a PG could have been a what if are PG and Yao.
I agree. I think
PG what if?
Yeah.
George?
Sure. If his doesn't miss a full year with a broken leg and then having to come back, see where his career could have gone. I don't know if he would have ever been better than he was in 2019, but without the injuries, maybe you see a more sustained level like 2019, and we'll see how good that player truly is. So yeah, I definitely think he's a what if. And Yao Ming, I think it goes without saying, obviously. I think just him and T-Mac together, I think, is like, what if that team could have been healthy?
Yeah.
Facts.
Malik Stevenson. Oh, and yeah, Anna Monica Studios. I need Wemby to play on Saturday. I gotta see this.
First game back being against OKC. That's either he gonna go crazy and it's like, wow, or he gonna have a stink and it's like, first game back, we'll let it slide.
We need that. No, we need that.
Yeah, I gotta see it. Malik Stevenson said, could the 96 Bulls or 16 Warriors beat this Thunders team in a series?
Bro, I'm telling you, look, playoff series are completely different, y'all. Like, completely different. So it's a yes. There's probably multiple teams that could beat them in a series in the NBA now because it's a playoff series. Like, it's functionally different.
Multiple,
yeah, I think multiple. I think more than just Denver. I think the Rockets have a chance. I think the Rockets have a chance. There are others.
Like I'm curious. Are you defining a chance as like 1%? 2%?
No, I'm defining can you put a game plan 25%?
Together? Is there
when
a
your
team
offense
that has a 25%?
inevitably stalls out? And then can you score in those possessions? And yeah, you got.
Yes, there's a team. The Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets have more than a 25%.
It's going to.
No, it's not.
Yes, they are going to. The Nuggets offense is going to stall out of times. Every offense stalls out of times.
The Denver Nuggets have more than a 25% chance to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. Yes,
much more. The Nuggets are going if they play them and everybody's healthy on both teams. The Nuggets beat them. This is what I said a while ago. Damien, you were here a couple weeks ago. I told y'all you have to wait for the playoffs to beat this team.
Yes.
That's where you beat them. This team is.
I'm not taking a team that shoots 10 threes a game to be. OKC.
I got the date here actually.
What team is that?
I'm not taking no team from before 2000 to beat OKC.
Oh yeah.
Shoot 10 threes. I'm not respecting that.
Hey, chill. You remember when you and your cousins used to get in trouble? And y'all used to get them group ass whoopings, and it just sounded like it was a bunch of belts just. That's what it's gonna sound like when the Thunder get into the playoffs and get a hold of Jokic's big ass and Aaron Gordon. All of
We're doing this again.
Hey, I told y'all I'm not.
We are doing this again, Swiper.
Yes,
last year there's supposed to be a dog walk, and then they. All right. Hey, by the way, I'm asking you, Ron. I need you to freely lock in. can you please just watch Jamal Murray the next 10 to 15 games, please?
Please,
See how
Ron,
different he is.
You said he ain't Lester no more.
He's a
Ron.
different
Yeah, I'm not
dude,
gonna lie.
bro.
Yeah, Jamal Murray. Yeah,
You said he ain't Lester
Bro,
no more.
hey,
Ron.
Mars,
You
fun
need to
fact.
watch
Do
it.
you know the Nuggets are better this year on off when Jokic is when Murray's on the floor without Jokic than they are with Jokic on the floor without Murray?
I did not know
This is
that.
I like right
Because
here.
Valanciunas,
I like this guy.
Jokic,
and then you
minutes.
put like some
been
Aaron
excellent,
Gordon, bro. Murray is a dog, bro. He's a 99% isolation
Jamal
score,
best year
pull
of his
up.
career, I
Yeah,
think.
Bro.
the non-Joker minutes.
He's going crazy,
Yes,
y'all.
sir.
I'm telling
Nah,
you.
but for real,
Matter of fact, Ron,
shout out to Jamal,
Ron,
though.
I know he was
What's up?
watching you. Matter of fact, Ron, you being the nasty man that you are, something you didn't do. Let me put you on screen. Did you reward him for getting Western Conference Player of the Week? Did you say anything
did
for
not.
Lester getting his
No, he
first
You meant
career?
to talk about player of the week?
He's
Yeah,
never
come on.
gotten
Player of the
one.
week.
He's never
Yeah.
gotten one.
Player of the
Look at
week.
this
We
deal.
are. Yeah, all of this
Hey,
stuff matters.
well, look. Hey, what Real Talk say? It's not my job to do your job. Who got Player of the Week, Swiper?
Wait, I got to do your job as the host and everything. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Now, to
Who's
be
the
fair,
Eastern
Jokic
Conference player of
averaged.
the week?
Jokic
Yeah, who's
averaged.
the Eastern Conference Player of the Week? Who is the Eastern Conference Player of the Week?
That was
Don't look it up
not-
right now. Spit it out quick.
I'm trying to
quick,
remember.
quick.
It was Jalen
Oh, you
Brown.
see?
Jalen Brown. I remember Jalen Brown. By the way,
Yeah.
even though Jokic averaged more points, rebounds, and assists than Murray did, we watched the games. Murray had a 52 ball versus the Pacers, made 10 threes, and
That's
then he
got
went
like
out versus
20 in the
Mavericks.
first quarter against the Hornets.
23, yeah, 23 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And did Ron say anything, Mars? Did he give anything? No, he didn't. He didn't
Not
say
a
anything.
word.
Nothing.
Nothing.
He don't attract, bro. Mars, date the note. Note this date, December 11th. He is currently
Note this
on pace
date?
to make. Yeah, I know that I did it wrong. He's currently on pace to make 13 All NBA if he keeps this up. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
You know what
I'm
else
not
is
kidding.
crazy, Swiper?
What's up?
And I just thought about this a second ago, and I'm sorry it's unrelated. But what kills me is when y'all act like Dwight Howard didn't have elite footwork in his prime. I just think that's hilarious. But go ahead.
That was right.
Just go ahead. Just
All right,
it
bro,
just
we got to get to the
terrible,
next
you know?
super chat.
Dwight
next
Howard
super
had
chat is from-
elite footwork in his prime. Y'all act like he didn't have, like you couldn't dump it on the block to Dwight. Y'all need to watch basketball, man. I'm telling you, man. God, yeah.
The Jonathan Frazier said those MFs walked into Utah, missing their best player in Shea and their 4th, 5th, and 6th players in iHeart, Caruso, and Dort, and beat them by 30.
Smoked them.
They
Smoked
did.
them.
That's a 50-win
They're up
team.
by
If you ask
40
me
at one
personally, but that's just me.
40 at one
No
point.
agenda.
Maybe they are. Yeah, maybe.
Matter of fact, if Jokic cleared the ball out for Murray more, stop ball hogging all the time, maybe Murray putting up SGA numbers. Maybe we think about that.
That still feels like a Jokic take.
Weird.
Oh,
Shout
well,
out Jamal
speaking
Murray,
of a
man.
Jokic take, I got a
Since
super
we on that
chat from
subject, Ron.
Dub Ball Out Highlights. Sent through a super chat and said, I'm not even a Jokic fat boy. I'm not even a Jokic fanboy. But B-U-T-T, Jokic, please take them boys out in OKC. It's getting
I'm
spooky.
telling y'all, this is about to be an absolute war. I cannot wait. I just want everybody fully healthy. That's all I'm asking for. Everybody
Swap,
fully
if he
healthy.
does this, if he does this, some of these conversations after are going to be.
Yeah, but it's gonna. I know it's gonna switch to Mars.
So we just spoke about how good Jamal Murray's been, and it's not.
Well, no,
it's
but he's gonna be the best player of the 4, obviously, in this situation. But I'm saying, if
Is
we
he?
be honest, Jokic has never beat a team, Mars, that's won more than 80 games. That's where it's gonna switch to. They win 75, but then it's gonna go to 80. Never been a team with 80 or more wins or 3 or more All NBA players. Bro. That's how it's gonna work. We know how it works around here, bro.
There's 2 playoff series, Ron, that I'm considering. The Magic and the Heat. I'm definitely in South Beach if that happens. And if the Denver Nuggets see Oklahoma City in the Western Conference Championship, I might be in Denver.
We gonna be there. Hey, player choice. We got a cut in a certain state. I guarantee, man, we going. I'm working. We going. We're gonna send it. We're gonna go everybody to Denver. See them series. We going.
I have a dentist appointment.
No, stop it.
I'll be there when it's the Eastern Conference Finals, the Hawks versus the Knicks. You guys, I will
This
get us
is-
in the Madison
Denver's
Square
a
Garden.
perfect city for
I know.
Ron, too.
If Swiper don't got no motion in Atlanta, I'll get us in the Madison Square Garden to watch Trey do
Hawks,
what he does best.
Denver's a perfect city for Ron. Ain't nothing but milk. Next super chat. Nothing but it.
All right, hey, let's go for the whole series.
Shit, I guess we're going to Denver.
Yeah. Oh, you're twisting my arm. Damn.
Oh, damn.
Ray Laz says, shout out to Mars and Real Talk for a good show yesterday. And shout out to Shout out to Ticket for making a compelling SGA over Kawhi all-time argument.
Yeah, Ticket's not a Kawhi fan. It's something.
Oh man, he don't know shit.
He said if SGA three-peats, he's over LeBron all time.
Shout out to the final boss.
Yeah.
You know?
Check him out. Check him
Yeah,
out.
final boss. I got another super chat from B Boo Man. B Boo Man said, or just Boom Man.
He's talking about me. I'm not on the bottom right now, but I can move myself.
Here, yes, you can be. Here you go. B Boo Man said, "Hey guy on the bottom right, Lakers still gonna win against OKC in the conference finals? ? Horrible take last week.
Lakers in 5.
There you have it. Lakers in 5. Oh, we got a couple new members, y'all. Let me go ahead and shout these guys out. Cameron Payton, 1333.
That's a nice name.
Became a YouTube member. Shout out to Cameron Payton. Beezy Boy, is that a nice name? Became a YouTube member. Beezy Boy 6. Salute to you too. If you're not a YouTube member yet, all you got to do is click that membership button below. It'll give you the tiers of memberships. And it will also give you the perks of every membership. I would advise you to become a Hall of Famer because if you like the show and you like to talk ball and all that good stuff, we have this thing called Hall of Fame Fridays where Hall of Famers get to come up here and actually debate us. So my man Boo Boy or Boopy Boy, whatever your name is, you could come up here and tell Mars to his face, that was a terrible take. You see, he'll be quiet just like that. And then you could debate chill about Kobe being top 10 and all of that good stuff. Come up here, y'all. When you become a Hall of Famer, let me know. And
wait, Ron, I missed something. I got sidetracked for 2 seconds. What happened? I said what dumb shit yesterday? Somebody in the chat said that more.
OKC apparently.
Oh, come on, man. That's
when your super hot take, but he said stupid take last week, and I said it last week. So.
Oh, okay. Cool. Right on, Mars. Stop saying dumb shit, Mars.
No.
Trey Lett said, y'all really had me believing the Lakers might play defense this year. Luka might as well have stayed fat. Damn.
Yeah, I had people mad at me because I said Luka hasn't been good on defense this year.
He hasn't.
Imagine that. Holy shit.
Apparently, I'm the bad guy.
It lasted for a few weeks, though, chill.
Apparently, I'm the bad guy because the other Lakers defenders have also been bad. As if that means
Luka's been good. One time, looking at a couple of times in the kitchen. She still can't cook.
It was good while it lasted, though.
I don't know. Oh no, actually, you need to be taking more of a laugh for that because you were going crazy in the summer, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Because I was seeing what I was seeing. I still think he's the MVP.
Oh, do you?
I don't think his defense held up to the level I thought it would hold up to, but I will say he's playing better defense than I've ever seen him play, which isn't saying that much. I'm saying this is the best defense I've ever seen Luka play, so that's a big
Ben
deal.
Simmons making more threes than I've ever seen him make. Made one three.
That's improvement, yo. That's improvement.
No, you just suck less. That's all.
All right, the
sucking
next
less is better though, chill.
That doesn't make you good, which is what some people are going to argue to.
Right.
By the way,
the next super chat is from OG Team. OG said, "Can you name the best starting 5 lineup currently in the NBA? However, the players you choose: A, never an All-Star; B, never averaged 20 points or more."
That's fun.
Okay.
So Casey's in there, right?
Zubac at the 5, right?
Chet counts too. Chet counts, Mars.
Chet's never averaged 20. Yeah, I would go with Chet.
Mm-hmm.
Chet the 4. Yeah. No, you probably do Chet and Mobley in your front court, right? Chet and Mobley.
He's been an All-Star. Mobley was an All-Star last year.
Oh yeah. I forgot he said never.
Well, Isaiah Hartenstein never been an All-Star.
Yeah, you go Chet, Zoo, or Hartenstein. Who would you rather have, Zoo or Hartenstein?
Zoo, man.
This year Hartenstein's been better, but I think Zoo.
I'll go Zubac.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Chet, Zubac.
So do Chet and Zoo.
Andrew Nembhard.
No.
We need someone who we know can get a bucket but has an average.
Andrew Nembhard.
Yeah, he's a bucket. That's a bucket. He's shown you multiple times.
No.
Malik Monk.
Malik Monk is the type of player.
He averaged 20 though, didn't he?
Malik
averaged 20.
I was thinking Mikal.
No, he averaged 17. I think
just averaged 20.
Malik peaked at 17. Yeah,
17, yeah.
Hey, Mars.
Amin.
OG Anunoby, did he finish averaging 20 last year?
Who?
Did OG finish averaging 20 last year?
No.
So he might be the 3.
He's on the team. He's on the team.
Yeah, you get a guy like OG. OG's peaked at 18, so you get like an OG. So you have OG, Chet, and Zoo.
That's nice.
Then you need shot creation. You need shot creation like bad.
That's why you get Malik.
AJ Mitchell.
My question is
Reed Shepard right
why
here?
are we making a starting five of guys who never averaged 20 in a league where our offense is not only prevalent but it's at an all-time high?
Because
there's
guys who can average 20 but just aren't in a position to do so.
Chill. If you have a lineup of TJ McConnell, Malik Monk, OG Anunoby, Chet Holmgren, and Zubac, that's a squad.
No.
Can I be disingenuous and say technically MPJ's never averaged 20 for a full season?
He hasn't.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you can start him on this team. But who you could start is Nickeil Alexander-Walker at the 2.
What about Jalen Johnson?
I knew you were about to do this.
He ain't starting.
He's perfect.
Did Jalen not average 20 last year?
Jalen Johnson?
Yes, he never did.
Did he not average 20 last year?
Pretty sure he did.
He averaged 19.
It might have been 19 and a half. Oh,
and 18.9.
That's easy.
18.9.
That's easy then.
So Jalen Johnson at the 2, or he's starting over OG at the
3.
OG
at
we
the
need
2.
We need OG.
OG got it.
We're gonna get destroyed.
But
as a
the
team.
future MVP is your shot creation. That's what you needed, right?
I didn't say
This is a hell of a team.
We're gonna
They
get
like-
destroyed.
I like.
You know what? I got your point guard. I got your point guard.
OG.
I got your point guard. I got your
If we
point
didn't
guard.
have a
Dylan
bad,
Harper.
if we didn't have a down year in the Eastern Conference, you know who'd be here too? Scotty Barnes. Trying to think here. Who would have been here?
Jeez.
I think Nickeil
really
could definitely.
Shaden Sharp's never averaged 20, right?
No, he
Shaden Sharp's
hasn't.
never averaged 20.
Swiper, the next time you try to tell me you're Raptors FC,
Shit.
I'm gonna throw you
might
off
need
the
to
boat,
You might need
okay?
to go with Shaden
So,
Sharp just because he can actually
throw
go.
him off the boat.
Black on you.
throw off the boat.
Anthony Black.
So you joined with just by the way on this show alone, he joined Damian.
Walk
he
the plank.
He called Ron Quavius, and he's throwing me off the boat.
All right,
Can I throw you
OG
off a
team. Well, we
plane?
threw
What
out,
about I throw
we
you off
threw
a
some
plane?
names
That's
out
a
there
lot
for
more
you.
violent for no reason.
Where we're going with this. So that's what it is. The next super chat I got is from, you guessed it, Anna Monica Studios. Said, how is SGA more valuable to his roster than someone like Giannis is to the Bucks? I've seen them be a top 4 seed with him and drop without him.
Well, that's a hard
By
conversation.
top 4 seed, you mean they were 6?
He's not. That's reality. The MVP conversation gets a little bit diluted when we start talking about best player on best team versus actually most valuable. Like that's when it gets because I think that Jokic and Giannis are technically more valuable than SGA, and SGA is the best player on the best team. But you can also make a case that SGA is incredibly valuable. So it's where the conversation's always gotten a little diluted, in my opinion. But
If you were the difference between 20 wins from 55 to 75, is that not just as valuable as being the difference between 48 and 28?
It's all an
If not
estimation,
more
by the way.
valuable?
It's all an
Like, it just depends on the definition of value. Like if we're saying OKC is a 50-win team without Shea, but with him they're a 75-win team, and we're saying Milwaukee with Giannis are a 48-win team, without him they're a 25-win team. The difference for both is about 23 to 25 wins, except one is improving a team from 55 wins to 75 wins, which is a much harder improvement to make than improving from 28 to 48. Is it not? Is it not? It's harder to improve
I have
an
different
already
views
great
on
team
floor. I
to
think
all-time
floor raising
great.
a little more difficult than ceiling raising personally, but you know, I can understand your argument. That's what I'm
me
saying.
too.
I can understand your argument.
When a team needs everything, any positive value you provide automatically makes the team better.
But there's
When
only a
team
select few of players.
when a
that
team,
can do
I'm
that,
not
though.
arguing that, but when a team already
Yeah.
has everything, being able to still improve them to that degree, that's harder than improving a team that's devoid of everything, in my
I think the
opinion.
carrying power, yeah.
Because if a team's devoid of everything, anything you provide positive is lifting up the team.
Well, I think
If a
that
team has everything,
that kind of
you have
leads
to
into
provide
more
things at such
responsibility.
a high
for-
level. I mean, responsibility versus value. I don't know.
It's like
it's a good conversation.
But that's kind of like
unfortunately,
at their peak though. That's kind of like Kevin Durant and LeBron though. Like LeBron is a better all around basketball player, but you could make an argument Kevin Durant was a better ceiling raiser for all those teams he played on that were like championship contenders.
you could make the argument, yeah, but it's not. It would still, you could still very strongly make the argument for LeBron as a ceiling raiser. He just wasn't. in a position.
But I agree. I think that's where the scoring, shooting stuff comes in for a lot of players. But I think that's also where I would say, like, I think Jokic, obviously, when he's,
Yeah, like Jokic is very obviously a ceiling raiser. He's just been in a position where he's had to floor raise more often. but like he's very obviously a ceiling raiser. And like we've seen Shea floor raise before in 23 when that team was in the play-in when quite frankly no one expected them to be that good. So like we've seen him do it. So it's just people mischaracterize that a lot. Like if you are in a position to ceiling raise, apparently you can't floor raise or vice versa. So most players can probably do both.
Boom Man sent through another super chat and said OKC winning like this teaches the league 2 lessons. 1, stop creating super teams. 2, stop load managing your star players and make them play. OKC.
But they don't do either of those things. The 2 OKC is a super team for their time, and they also load manage their players.
They're really not a super team.
They are relative to this era.
The big lesson is to try and
so being good makes you a super team.
No. In the new CBA, this is the definition of a super team. In the CBA we live in,
what is the definition of a super team?
So I think they have 3 All-NBA players in their roster.
I agree.
You said what?
Are they all NBA? Wait. Are they all NBA because they're good, or are they all NBA because they're all NBA? Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I
just
he's
saying if Chet was somewhere else,
I think Chet and J-Dub
is he all NBA?
With J-Dub.
Well, no, I don't think you make all
J-Dub is
NBA
floor lifting the Toronto Raptors. Is he all NBA? I don't know about that.
But I don't think you make all NBA winning 28 games. But I do think J-Dub and Chet are all
the combination. It's the amplification effect of putting all these players together that's making everything look so good. I don't think it's fair to call him a super team because
I think Jalen would look typically if he was in a different situation with higher usage. You would look at him now.
Like there's obviously meaning attached to words, right? When you say super team, well, I mean sometimes. Because, I mean, I threw you off a boat and you brought us back 400 years. I thought about throwing you off a bus, but then I thought you might bring up Rosa Parks. I thought about throwing you off a train, and then I thought you might bring up Harriet Tubman. For real.
I might be tripping.
But for real,
I guess.
I mean, words are attached. When we think about guys joining up, right? That's not OKC. That's not how OKC constructed this. That's not how this happened.
Caruso?
Come on. They traded a former 6th overall pick.
We got iHeart in free agency. That's number one.
That was available for everyone, right?
And Caruso, you handed.
I will remind you, Isaiah Hartenstein signed for $7 million. Okay, first of all, Isaiah Hartenstein, G League, Clippers backup. Okay.
Yep.
Signed for $7 million.
And you handed over
with the New York Knicks. How is he?
And you handed over a super team that's built or bought. Like you can be a super team that's built or bought. Doesn't matter how they come together.
All right, fellas, well, this have to be another conversation for another day. I'm assuming we'll get back into it. But the next super chat I got is from Knicks Fan Forever. And this person had some choice words for a certain person up here in a red hat. Swiper only saying this because he's a Jokic fanboy. Why are we not talking about MPJ playing like a star this year without Joker?
Who's not talking about it? I think everyone. I mean, unless you're a Serbian Jokic stan, I think everybody in Denver is like very happy for Porter. He just wasn't going to do that in Denver.
Yeah, you guys wouldn't draft him as a
Serbian Jokic fan.
Huh?
Weird.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think that most people in Denver that I've associated with, they all are happy for Porter.
So you think Serbian people don't like Jokic?
I think most of the people
that don't like MPJ.
Most of the people that are in my comment section after every game that MPJ doesn't play well.
All those weird characters.
I mean, there's definitely a large subsection of
and you go like Google Translate. I hate Michael Porter Jr.
Badly. There's definitely
okay.
There's definitely a subsection of that fan base. For sure.
Yeah, I mean it's all right. That's just how stuff works. But I think
when you're an Eastern European player, you're gonna have Eastern European fans who are more invested in you than they are in the success of the Denver Nuggets. Like
that's fair.
My shows do better when I talk about Jokic as opposed to when I talk about Jamal. It's just the way it works.
But you really want to talk about Jamal?
I love talking about Jamal. People don't know. People up here know. I've been high on Jamal. He just never got a chance. He never
you said he was better than Devin Booker. I remember.
Yeah, man, he certainly is this year. I'll tell you that much.
He has been this year for sure.
Took 6 years to get there, Mars, but we have arrived.
All right, y'all. Speaking of European fans, someone by the name of LFC-226 said, Mars, I only started watching basketball this season, but is OKC like if Arsenal had Haaland?
It's like if 04-05 Chelsea had like Thierry Henry. That's what it's like.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
That's the best show on television, by the way. I just want to keep reminding people that the Champions League show is the best show on television, best sports show on television.
Oh yeah, shout out to them.
You see Holland and Carragher, they were interacting the other day, and Holland, because Carragher said what he said about Salah and all that stuff, and so Holland was like, "I don't want any smoke," whatever. It was funny. It was a funny moment.
Tyler 34 sent through a super chat and said the Spurs play OKC 3 times this month. If they go up 2-1 against the Thunder, would y'all still trade for Giannis?
Like, I'll trade for Giannis if I don't have to give up Dylan Harper.
Yes.
Is that the only? That's the only consideration.
Hey, Morris.
Dylan Harper and De'Aaron. I'm not.
How are you matching?
I got Stephon Castle.
That Stephen Castle.
We did it. It would be Devin Vassell, Keldon or Harrison Barnes, like Sohan or something,
and stuff,
and then like as many picks as they want. Like
and
it worked.
I have Stephon.
Yeah, and Stephon Castle would. I think,
buy Dylan.
But you could theoretically do it without Stephon Castle salary wise.
Speaking of buy, Ron, I'll see you dudes tomorrow.
I gotta run.
But yeah, I'm not giving up. Dylan.
Sorry, Damon.
Merry Christmas.
Told y'all, Stephon better than that boy right now. He's gonna be better next year. He's gonna be better for the rest of it.
I mean, depending on what you want.
I'd keep both of them if I could, but I got to pick and choose. But yeah, then I'm keeping Dylan Harper at all costs.
Is Giannis gone by January, Ron?
I can't call
Giannis
it.
gonna be on the Bucks the rest of his career, but you guys just gonna keep trying to prize him out.
Do you like what he's doing? That middle party thing, like.
I really don't care about any of that, like. Because I can't decipher it. I don't know what Giannis is really saying. I don't know what trade rumors are really true. I don't. It's a bunch. It's the media. It's a bunch of he say she say. Giannis hasn't necessarily came out and said anything of that nature. So I really don't know, and it's too much going on for me to even try to pinpoint what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Knicks fan forever sent through a super chat and said SGA is lapping Serbia soon. Got that boy up there fumbling his words, laughing my ass off. Got Swiper speaking in tongues and sweating.
If Jokic is having a worse year, I think I can get the sentiment, but I just think people are underrating the season he's having at this point because they're not winning 85 games.
What happened?
We're going to win 60 though, maybe.
What happened to Jason Collins?
Oh, brain cancer. It's terminal.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Prayers.
Definitely prayers.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter TV said the real PRA demon resides in LA. Who, James Harden?
LeBron. No, I'm just kidding. It's Luka.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about LeBron hooping like that last night.
Yeah.
It's funny how that happened. Did he send the black SUVs? Did he say like veer away from that conversation? Only talk about the poster, but don't talk about LeBron on his ass crying about a foul as his team is getting blown out? Shit.
Pip named Slickback said Noah Clowney is moving up in a 2023 redraft. Since being named a starter, 18 games, he's averaging 17, 3 and 4 with 2 stocks on 63 true shooting. He's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's become like this stretch like 4 for them, which was very, very interesting. Because like the shooting was taking a long time to come around, even though like he was projected to be able to shoot, like upside. But seeing him now, like the last like couple weeks, yeah, he's definitely picked up, and he has like a analytically friendly shot diet as well, so that definitely helps in terms of the efficiency department. I haven't liked the defense, but shout out to 2 stocks. But I've been impressed with Noah Clowney.
The Mega Troll said current Shea, Tatum, Giannis, Wemby, and Jokic versus prime Steph, LeBron, KD, Anthony Davis, and Dwight Howard in a 7-game series. Who y'all rocking with?
Give me current.
Yeah, give me Bron, Steph, KD, AD, and Dwight.
Swiper, Ox.
You know what? I'm wrong. Go with the old team. I'm wrong.
Wemby and Yoke though, front court with Giannis, man. I don't know. I'm probably taking current, bro. That's a lot to deal with. I mean, the other team's a lot to deal with too.
LeBron, KD, and AD.
No, I hear you, but
and
I think
Steph,
you can. I can manufacture more with the current team than I can the other. I think, but that's me and my coaching skills. So,
I feel like the weakest links there are Wemby and probably Dwight, and like I think Wemby's better than Dwight.
Yeah, I think there's an argument. DSC Piccolo, yeah, that Michigan. Or I don't know if you saw it.
No, what is this situation? I literally don't know what's going on.
So
he got caught up with that milk, man.
Yeah, he got caught with a staffer in some inappropriate relationship, but it also allegedly came out that he was also sending money via the Michigan football budget, sending money to her directly on 3 separate times, like 50,000 and up on different like transactions, then forced her to get a medical procedure. And then it came out, and then apparently after he was fired, after everybody found out, he left her, his wife, and his kids, went to her place, threatened himself, and then got arrested. So I'm trying to be careful with.
He's been fired.
He definitely got fired.
Yeah, he got fired. He got arrested yesterday,
and then everything happened after that.
Yeah, he was threatening to do himself and her. And then he left, and they got his location.
Found him in a church parking lot. Like I think his wife had his location. I don't know what happened, Ox. Obviously, prayer for everyone involved, but it definitely went from bad to dangerous for a lot of people. Yeah.
It went from like, okay, you're fired, but you might have a future somewhere else at some point down the road. So now it's a wrap now.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
It's like Bobby Petrino. I don't know if you remember that. Years ago, Ron with Louisville head coach got a motorcycle accident with the girl on it and all that kind of stuff. And
man,
yeah, kind of similar.
Just the initial part though, Ron. Like just the beginning of it was some Ime Udoka type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hitting that. But like now it's a little.
But then he was embedded in money, so it was like, all right,
Yeah, I see. I'm not too hip to that part. I thought that they got like he just got her some raises or something, but. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a crazy situation, but just got to keep paying attention and see when everything's gonna come out eventually.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tyler Talley sent through a super chat. It said the correct answer to the poll is complacency. This is when I asked who has the best chance of beating the Thunder in the West. And I put up teams, and he's saying the only thing that can beat the Thunder is complacency.
Sure.
Goon King Forever said the NBA is headed for an era of huge imbalance era soon. A lot of future teams are getting old and have no picks versus these young super teams. I guess they are a super team, Pin.
Mars, I floated on the show the other day that I think there's a world in the next year and a half, which I hope doesn't happen for some degree. Evan Mobley, I don't think is going to develop into the player people hope he will be. I think there's a world where Evan Mobley plays on Denver in the future for an Aaron Gordon trade. Because Aaron's kind of, getting older, and they're going to have to replace that spot at some point, especially as Jokic becomes a worse defender. He's going to get older, so they're going to have another a real anchor.
In this fantasy scenario, what are you giving up?
Yeah,
what are you
something
giving
like
up?
that.
You're giving up probably Aaron Gordon and 18 first-round picks?
No, they don't. I don't think you need that for Evan Mobley. I don't have that. I don't think they have that.
He's saying Evan Mobley's
value is in the eye of the beholder,
and
whether you agree with it or I agree with it, the Cavaliers view Evan Mobley as untouchable in Giannis.
Well, that's why I said in the next year and a half, I think there's a world, just a hypothetical world possibly.
Yes,
but that would be the next step, or Jaren Jackson Jr. But one of those.
Jaren is more likely to me.
Jaren is way more likely.
Ron, speaking of football coaches, though. I saw some videos from a game at LSU this past weekend, and my man Lane Kiffin is going to have a blast in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, Lane.
Hey, my man Lane Kiffin is going to
might be down there having
a blast
with him, boy.
in Baton Rouge.
Hey,
Woo!
Maybe me too.
Yeah, Lane.
We got another super chat from DSG Piccolo. DSG said prayers for Jason Collins, man. Stage 4 brain cancer.
That's terrible.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Prayers up for real. The next super chat is from Pimp named Slickback. Pimp said, Mars brings up a good point. We can't ignore teams' player development, because even if you look in the NFL, if Mahomes is drafted by the Jets, he'd be a bust.
I don't know about
I
bust.
don't know if that's true, but I do think redrafts have to take more into account of 7 years later who's the best players in the draft, list them out. I think there's probably more to it than that.
This one's also not true right here. There's $2 super chat. It's not true. But
you know what's crazy?
Yeah,
Jason Collins is only 47 years old, man.
Yeah, cancer does not
I
discriminate.
mean,
brother.
I understand.
Yeah,
but I'm
not
just
to
saying,
you,
like,
but yeah,
that's
unfortunately, yeah, it's really unfortunate.
J-Mo Fit said, I can't wait till y'all do the 2021 NBA redraft. Chill and Penn, do you guys still have Mobley and Scotty over Cade in the redraft? And Ron, you look smelly.
He looks smelly and is smelly.
Hey, well,
Remember on SpongeBob when the little green smoke goes underneath the nose?
hey, J-Mo, ask your mama. I bet she thinks I look a different S word. Scrumptious.
There's
Different
no
S
way
word.
Cade doesn't go number one in a redraft. There's no way.
Well, the question was posed to me. So, yes, he's not going number one in my redraft.
There's no way.
There's another S word that goes number
Did
one. in
Jalen
mine,
Johnson in that draft?
and it ain't
Morris?
scrumptious.
Jalen Johnson's 2020.
Yes. No, he's
Oh,
2021.
is he 21?
Oh, are you kidding me?
He is. Yeah, my fault. Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're taking Scotty number one in that draft?
Yeah, I am. And I'm not thinking.
Would you have
twice.
taken him number one at the time? Just out of curiosity.
No, I would have taken Cade number one, Evan number two, Scotty number three. If I was the Raptors, I would have done that. If I was myself, I would have taken Evan Mobley number one, Scotty number two, Cade number three.
Ron doesn't just look smelly; he is smelly. It's like in
What do you
Harry
smell
Potter
like? What
when
do
they,
you smell like, Swiper?
bruh, when Harry Potter, when they would go through the tunnel and they would actually go to Greenwatts, and you would go in there, you get them little trick smells and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Ron got that stink. It's like a bug stink, like a bug stink that he puts on them, and he walks by. The suits fly, and then when people walk by, they be like,
This nigga smell. He smell like a mayonnaise sandwich that was left outside in the 100
left
degree
outside in the
weather.
sun in the middle of the summer.
I'm talking about like I'm talking about like
hey.
one of them, you know, one of them sandwiches they be eating, you know what I'm saying, with the mayonnaise and the
Mhm.
tomatoes and just left outside. Just
Swiper, you look a R word, and Ox, you are a D word. Not you don't look, you are a D word.
What D word?
Don't worry about it. If you can't
Ron,
put it together,
hey,
try
Bell,
to put it together.
Ron smells like how your breath did at dinner.
Hunter TV said OKC versus Denver, Western Conference Finals, just for the tagline, best offense of all time versus the best defense of all time.
So we
Like
just
that.
lying now.
Offense
We just
beats great
lying.
defense. That's what they say. They say great offense beats great defense.
Best
Yeah,
offense of
as
all
long as
time.
Jokic don't choke this year.
Don't worry. When he does, you'll be up here telling us about the non-Jokic minutes they lost.
I think Jonas, by the way, people think I'm kidding about this, Mars. Jonas is playing in that series, as he should. You're going to go big in that series. You have to go big versus OKC.
I would assume they would go big in the series. Yeah.
Well, y'all kidnapped him for a reason, Swipers.
Facts. He's hooping this year. Shout out to my dude.
All right, the next super chat I got is from Spider Gang 56. Spider Gang said, I think Wemby versus Chet in the playoff series would be cinema.
I'm trying to tell you guys that the more OKC keep winning, Basketball Reference going to tell you Chet the better player than Wemby. He's going to be a two-time champ, All-NBA before Wemby's All-NBA, DPOY before Wemby's DPOY. You're going to be an All-Star this year, so Wemby going to have two All-Star selections.
But will
to
his
Chet's one.
warp be higher? It probably won't. So
I
there you
doubt
go.
it, yeah. I
There you
doubt
go.
it.
There you go.
Right now, let's see. Chet's VORP right now is 5.1. 8. God damn, Wemby, what the fuck? God damn. 8.
Wemby, that good, bro.
He's
That's
only playing
why-
6 games less.
That's why I'm a warp merchant. Because it
But
cuts
look how
through the
good.
bullshit.
Look how good they are without him, though, Penn.
They are very good without him.
We
And I'll be very curious to
see.
see if they'll still be good with him. He is a very
Wemby
athletic
only has
player.
9
absolutely they
win
will.
shares.
And I hope y'all don't think that's what I'm
We
implying.
care about win shares here. We care about win shares.
I just think the Spurs are a really good team. I think De'Aaron Fox really makes them another level better. I think they can compete in the West.
All right, fellas, the next super chat is from a guy named Almighty Scambo. Almighty Scambo said, Cavs info, El Bozos, El Darius Garland, El Ox.
Darius
I tell you
Garland.
guys about the Pistons, man.
We're back to
Pistons
2 years
been
ago. Darius Garland. Yikes.
Last year, man, Jordan Ott was saving Darius Garland's legacy. That's all I'm hearing.
Darius Garland back to being really bad.
Well, yeah, I
would
think
tell you.
I don't think he's this bad, but yeah, maybe last year was probably an overstating of how good he is. Maybe. We'll see, but maybe.
Hey, Swiper, you ever did the axe throwing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we should do that on PC weekend, y'all.
We were saying
Well,
last
we were the
year.
one with the
Some
apple
of
on
us
the
were
head.
saying last year that Darius Garland was the best player on the
Relax,
Cleveland
bro.
Cavaliers, and the Cleveland Cavaliers were a 60-plus win team. Being the best player on a 64, 65 win team is serious praise. Serious praise.
It's not
And,
many
and
people
that was
have done
and that was coming from the gentleman to my north right now. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, no, not that gentleman. The other one, the one in the red hat.
Yeah, I said he was their best offensive player. Yeah, that was me.
No, you said I think you said that he was their best player. If I'm
I
not
think he's their
mistaken.
most important player.
I don't want to misquote you, but I think you said he was the best player.
You did say
So
that,
I'm just
and I
saying
said it was
that's
Evan Mobley. So I mean, I guess.
yeah. And I said it was Donovan Mitchell. So I guess
did.
it's maybe an egalitarian thing. I'm just saying he hasn't been good this year. And
I said it was Ty Jerome.
last I checked, if a guy has a bad game, he's not a good player anymore. So he's had a bad season so far.
No
He's
one
not a
said
good player
Scotty
anymore.
Barnes
Let's
wasn't
move
a
on.
good player, by the way. No one said that. Just so you know.
Somebody said, "Penn, I would punch you in the throat if you talk to me the way you talk to." I mean, you ain't talking to me.
Nerd.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Chunky Jake cooked you.
Chunky Jake, I'm gonna call your mom and tell her to disconnect your internet.
A lot of mom talk.
If his mother is not alive,
and put you in a
Yeah,
timeout.
I thought about that. Hey, mother, a lot of mother talks up here.
Yeah, if his mother is not alive, then yes, it's me.
Put you in a timeout.
Ron, this best the super chat that just came up. Please share it. 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 Please share it.
Goon King
Oh,
Forever
my
said,
God.
Swiper, I don't know if you've seen the trailer to season 2 of Avatar, but I hope Netflix doesn't mess it up. Also, just finished volume 1 Stranger Things, and wow.
W representation. Did you see Top? Penn, did you see Top? Like the person they have playing her? This is going to be a fantastic season of Avatar. I cannot wait.
Wait,
until it
which
comes out.
Avatar? Like the Avatar?
The
like
original
characters?
Avatar. The
The
original
ones that look like you, or Avatar like Aang?
And what's the ones that look like me?
Well,
The blue
Aang-
ones?
No.
Which ones?
They look
What
like
you talking
us.
about?
Aang. You know,
You talking about
the last
the
Avatar?
airbender? I'm an airbender.
Yeah,
I'm an airbender.
Pull your hat.
Yeah,
on.
I'm an airbender.
So
You know what you are? You know what you are? A muskrat. Look that up. So, yeah, Avatar season 2. It's gonna be good.
Shit. Would you
but
wait,
yeah,
but
as you
Swiper,
was-
would you ever consider like I don't know if you partake in like Halloween stuff like that or anything like that, like go to costume and stuff like
Be an
that?
Aang?
Would you do the era?
Yeah,
Would you-
100%. Absolutely.
Show us what it would look like.
Especially
Take the hat off. Let's see.
Especially with my kids. Hey, take your
Yeah.
teeth out. Take your teeth out. Especially with my kids, I would absolutely look at teeth about to fall out. That's why he covers his mouth every time he laugh.
Hey, wait, Swiper, the chat don't know that Ron got faulties though.
Bro, that's all right.
Chat,
Bro.
the chat don't know that his joints come out.
He
They don't
stink,
know.
got false teeth, and he look like a muskrat. And he always talking to all of everybody else. No, I don't have kids now. No. Goodness gracious. Matter of fact, did he leave the stream? Yes, he did, bruh.
So read the super chat, Swiper. We got to get out of here.
Super chat. No way he started that and ran, bro.
What's worse? What's worse, looking like a muskrat or looking like a walrus? This is a curious question.
Wow.
No, it's a curious question.
You just
Like, what
had
is
to get
actually?
involved.
I mean, walruses has redeemable qualities, if you know what I'm saying. JMO Fit $5 super chat says, "Mark, do you still watch soccer? I missed the days when you had knowledge in both soccer and basketball. Ron, tell your mom I can't make it tonight. I'm kind of busy." Mark, you still watch that?
Not really. I still have knowledge though. I don't think you just lose knowledge. I maybe just have less like current knowledge of like players and whatnot, but understanding the sport, it doesn't just go away.
Penn, you really threw Ron off the boat?
400 years ago?
Wasn't alive 400 years ago. Didn't know about that. Researched it. Damn.
Nah, for real though, I'm gonna tell you the truth. If we was on that boat, you would for sure throw Ron ass off the boat. No, it didn't even worth it. It didn't
I
even
was
worth it.
on that boat. Okay.
Should I throw his ass off the boat?
Do I look like?
Yeah,
I
you be commanding the boat, right?
Yeah. Okay.
You said, would you? What was this about?
Okay.
What was this supposed to be about?
What is
do,
it?
do I look blonde hair, blue eye? Do I
What
look
does that
like
got
a
to do
British,
with
British person? Like I'm
The
kind
Dutch started it. They were brunette.
Do I look Dutch to you?
Well, I don't know what that means. You look like you're pale skin, which is what they would call them. So
yeah, I look like a Slav. You know what a Slav is?
I don't know what this. Are we getting?
You glaze Jokic all day. You don't understand that Jokic's people are
Is there
Slavs?
a difference?
You don't know that?
So you're saying you're not white?
I'm saying I'm Slavic. Which is to say that
like how Italians feel. I got you.
No, it's not how Italians feel.
Italians,
dude.
they do say that. Like they don't think they're fully white.
No, it's kind of
it's like Dominicans.
They don't think they're black. Exactly.
When it's convenient. Like when I was a kid, when it was convenient, I got called Mexican. When it was convenient, I got called trash. When it was convenient, I got called Mexican and all that shit. And then when it's convenient for you, I get called Irish. I don't get it personally. I really don't. My people literally are the Slavs. You understand that? The word slave comes from Slav. You're talking about throwing people off a boat.
Prussian Olympics. Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
All right. We was just playing. Let's keep going.
I don't appreciate that kind of play, and you know it. You know it from behind the scenes. You know I don't appreciate that kind of play. Don't be talking about that shit, man. You know.
All right, well, stop throwing people off of boats, brother. Damn.
Stellar performances from the big three. The league is in effing trouble, and y'all better pray to whoever that we don't get the number one pick. Thunder up. Oh, I really.
I hope y'all do get the number one pick, to be honest, and I hope you take AJ DeMontis.
Oh shit! I thought you were gonna say I hope y'all do get thrown off the boat.
Good. Let's speed this up, please.
$10 super chat. 7780 Clippers hope is not lost. Emerging 27-year-old star at MPJ. You can have him and an elite 6-man Cam Thomas for a small price over 2031 first and 2030 and 2032 pick swaps.
I wouldn't be surprised if like a team in and around the playoff hunt tried to get MPJ out of that.
It's just going to be the medical. That's all they're going to look at. Yeah, but he could go.
Somebody should, absolutely should. I don't see why you
I'm looking at MPJ. Like, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm Detroit, I'm looking at MPJ.
Yeah, for sure.
Jaden Ivey and whatnot. Like, I'm trying.
He'll be cheaper. He'll be cheaper than Laurie, but I'd still get Laurie. But
Laurie would probably be my number one priority. But if I could get MPJ, I would definitely.
Grande Jones, member for 37 months since Pennett's here. What's up with those baby dinos lately? It's gotta have carryability if you want us to believe all the hogwash that you spew.
They've hit a wall. They seem very tired. Jakob Poeltl has forgotten how to catch a basketball and has been going through back issues. And when he's looked bad, which is the start of the season, we've looked bad. Our offensive rating went from top 5 in the NBA when RJ was playing to over the last 8 games. Like I think we're the 30th ranked offense in the NBA. So it's been bad. It's been really bad. But, I think this team is exceeding expectations and I think they're going to be fine. In terms of the carryability stuff, I listened to yesterday's panel. I didn't want to listen to that clip, but thankfully PC clipped it and everyone sent it to me. And they're like, look at all what your coworkers are saying about Scotty Barnes. And I hear what you're saying. He had a really terrible game, but it doesn't wash away the season that he's having right now at all. And, I listened to that entire segment, the whole, like, that's why they got BI stuff. I think everyone in Toronto knows that Brandon Ingram is a better isolation scorer. And as Mars alluded to, that Scotty is still the best player on the team. But I think where I differentiate from y'all is where I see Scotty's athleticism and where I see his skills going. I do see clear separation on his jumper. I see clear separation on his post moves. I see clear advantage generating out of double teams and triple teams. So when teams play him like he is a first option, he just destroys them. If you start picking him up, and I think teams are just so happy to go under screens, and he doesn't have that elite twitch and burst that Anthony Edwards has, or even Jalen Johnson has, to just bolt past people.
And then
he has to kind of bump and grind. So that's the point.
Last super chat until we get to members chat. So member chat, new member Cameron Payton, 1333. Thank you. And then we got Dre Ross, 03 member for 9 months. Is Fox a top 10 PG now? I don't know what to get to that another day, but maybe. Two Buddy.
I can't name 10 better this season. I'll say that. I can't name 10 better this season.
Two Buddy became a YouTube member. Shout out, I appreciate that.
Is Garland better this season?
No. Almighty Lambo 95.
Garland has never been better. Not for a day.
Almighty 40 became a YouTube member. Last super chat. Hilamati production, $2 super chat. What do you think about the best swing player award?
They want to make that an award, make it an award. I don't care. Make anything you want an award at this point.
Yeah. Y'all know what time it is. That's Ox, that's Penn, that's Mar, that's Swiper. See you tomorrow, 11 a.m. We have Chill with Chill today.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
No, we don't. So Saturday. It's on Saturday.
Possibly. Yeah.
Possibly. Okay. All right. Tomorrow, y'all know what time it is. 11 a.m. We'll be here. YouTube. See y'all later. Yeah.
Merry
All
Christmas.
right, y'all.